You're going to walk in, push a button, and a line of robot people, machines is going to deliver whatever you want. Anyway, but it's coming.
It's
we'll
already
talk about
taken half of the jobs in fast food because you can go in now and you don't see somebody, so they may bring you the food.
Yeah. Anyway, a couple of update things. Boom. Let's see. Oh, I mentioned yesterday I saw two. I didn't see any today. Two homeless encampments on wheels where they have 2 or 3 shopping carts tagged together, and then they have like a tent or a tarp or some kind of covering over it, and it's like a little house on wheels. And it was at the corner of, I think, like Grimes Bridge and Holcomb Bridge Road, for example, in Alpharetta, which is a very busy area, and there's like many malls and strip malls and gas stations, stuff like that. And the guy yesterday, there were 2 of them in different areas, in that same general location. And I wondered to myself, what do they do? How do they? How do they go different places at night? Do they get chased away? I mean, where do they go to the bathroom? Where do they eat? I mean, I don't know how you live with shopping carts and a tent or a tarp over you, when you walk. And then they were gone. So where do they go? And then the other thing is, I got to thinking, if I owned a little restaurant in one of these strip malls, and there's a guy or maybe 2 of them on these little shopping cart tent, moving home tent encampments or something, if they haul those into the parking lot and the guy parks his stuff outside there and walks into my diner, I hope he's just another customer. Has he got any money? Is there? I mean, is this a thing? I don't know. I don't know how you live. I can't imagine it. I just can't imagine what the hell's going on. And they're gone somewhere else. They're somewhere now. They're not there today, so they went somewhere. And I mean, I've seen, it's just astounding. Anyway, let's see. 311. Flounder, how you doing? Everything okay in there now?
We're squared away.
Excellent. Anyway, so we got a full program here today. In fact, and let's do this. I didn't see this anywhere else except on a little history thing on today's History Notes, and it was something I think we want to be reminded of in kind of a sad way, and it leads to other things we talk about if you feel like it. It was on this day in 2001 when Rush Limbaugh made a very special announcement. And here's now from Rush Limbaugh 24 years ago when he was talking about something that changed his life forever. Flounder, if you will, sir.
People ask me what this is. I get emails. What is this? These are cochlear implants. I'm deaf. I'm 100% deaf, and I can only hear bionically with these. Very quickly, human ear has 35,000 hair cells each. They determine the frequency and the sensitivity of the human hearing. I don't have any. Mine are dead. They laid down and died. Autoimmune. So I have 8 man-made biological electrodes, or bionic electrodes, that try to do what 35,000 hair cells do. And it's a miraculous thing. If this had happened, if I'd lost my hearing 15 years before I did, it had been the end of my career because the tech hadn't been invented. So it's really fortunate, and I look at it as something to be extremely grateful.
I remember in that interim time, not to get too distracted, we got a lot to talk about, and I do radio as you do. I do not know how it's possible, because like most people in radio, DJs, talk shows, I'm cranking that thing up.
Yeah.
And dramatic hearing loss, after 30 years.
I did 3 months totally deaf. I couldn't get surgery done because I had an infection. So 3 months. So you rely on how your voice feels.
Right.
And you have to consciously tell yourself, when you can't hear, you speak up.
Right.
So you have to tell yourself not to lie. I asked the doctors, if I don't do this, can I speak normally for the rest of my life? He said, no. You will. If you can't hear yourself speak, you'll end up sounding like somebody who's never heard before. So you've got to do the implants. But that's what they are.
Wow, cochlear implants, Rush Limbaugh. On this day, 24 years ago is when he made the announcement. And they say it was because of abuse of Vicodin and OxyContin and so forth, and that was never, I don't know that we ever proved anything. And again, it's a guy who now,
what did you say?
Hello, I'm wearing my ear rockets, and I hate them. I mean, they're good. I mean, I'm not deaf. I'm not totally deaf by a long shot. I have, Gesundheit, Flounder, bingo card.
I
heard that.
Getting over a damn cold.
I know. It's a change. For me, it's a change of season. At this time, every time of year like this, I get ear things and nose nasal. I mean, yeah, it's brutal. So here we go. But, it's the seasons. Here we are, folks, going into winter already. Holy smokes. All right, 3:14, where your actual show begins any moment with Kara, Pete, and Flounder. And it's all good, and it's hump day, and so what the heck. Anyway, join us if you feel like it.
The biggest names in local and national politics are always on Extra.
Dr. Rich McCormick, he represents Georgia's 7th congressional district.
We need to hand this back over to states like it was always intended to be. The bigger the government, the less effective and efficient it is. And I always want to say we need smaller government. That's why the Marine Corps is better than the Army. Sorry, Ron, and all you guys out there.
Listen to the full interview now at XTRA1063.com or on the all-new Extra 106.3 app.
Pete Davis here, and football is in full swing. And Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite player is going to go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, passing yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I play too. This season, I'm looking at Michael Penix Jr. to go higher on touchdown projections and Drake London to go higher on receiving yards. It's simple, it's fun, and it keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today and sign up with promo code 1063 to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
An investment in your home is something that will pay off in the future, but it's something that you can enjoy right now. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. A beautiful new garage door, entry doors, and windows are an investment you can love every day, and they will increase your home's value, energy efficiency, and curb appeal. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and high-quality work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well, because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretired.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms to apply.
Is that our wife, work wife Tiffany in there?
Yes, it was. I got distracted.
Our work, I'm looking at.
Amateur board hopping here on my part.
No, you can't play. You got to talk to the pretty girls. It's not your fault.
She came in here to drop off tomorrow's log, and she was telling me she was eating dinner last night and cracked a tooth.
Oh, no, I hate
And her
that.
daughter stopped eating and drew her a picture saying she loved her, and it was a picture of her mouth with the broken tooth.
That cute little girl drew me a picture, too, of those with those pens I gave her that time. What a sweet thing. Anyway, our work wife Tiffany was in talking to Flounder, so we're literally coming out of the break, and I didn't want to say anything because, we love Tiffany. Anyway, and her little daughter's so cute. All right, Kimber Pete Flounder, 320, and this is Elvis. My little kid. 1992, the U.S. Postal Service issued a set of commemorative stamps to celebrate pop music legends. 1992, the stamps included Elvis, Bill Haley, Buddy Holly, Otis Redding, Richie Valens, Clyde McPhatter, and Dinah Washington. Wow, that goes way back. Well, good. Anyway, 1992. As it should be. I like stamps of the thing, although I only use flag stamps or POW stamps, stuff like that, but for the record. Anyway, Kimber Pete Flounder, how you doing here? Our birthday list includes Daryl Hammond, 70 years old today. Master impressionist, it says here on SNL, Saturday Night Live. He took over the announcing duties for Don Pardo when he passed away. Daryl Hammond is...
Bill Clinton did a great
70.
Clinton.
Yes, he did a wonderful Clinton. He's a good... I don't know really much of anything else, but he was, very talented.
Didn't he do Sean Connery on Jeopardy?
Yes, he did that on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that's
your mother
right.
Did last night, Trebek.
Was that Daryl Hammond?
Anus for 500, Alex.
Oh, and we got to play it. In fact, let's play. Find out. We'll play it just because
it's now.
Yeah. That's Let It Snow. Very funny.
That's to your mother.
Yeah, we're gonna find. He's gonna find that for the old Saturday Night Live.
What was his name again?
Daryl Hammond, playing Sean Connery on.
And Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds right beside him.
That's right.
Classic.
Smacking his gum. Yeah, that's right. I got the.
It's a big hat. Big hat.
Big hat. Got the big hat. That's a birthday. Daryl Hammond, 70. Our history thing today. I remember
his name. He went by Turd Ferguson.
That's right. Well, we'll play that for you a little bit here in a few minutes just for the fun of it. This day in history, 1984, I remember seeing this TV movie and knowing that it was a true story was even more powerful. Made-for-TV movie called The Burning Bed.
Ooh, yeah.
Starred Farrah Fawcett. Aired on NBC. 1984 this day, based on the true story, a book written by Faith McNulty about battered housewife Francine Hughes. Francine Hughes took 13 years of getting the crap kicked out of her, and so finally she got back by setting fire to her husband's bed while he was sleeping in 1977. He died. She was tried for first-degree murder and found not guilty by reason of temporary insanity, which is the way it ought to be. And by the way, ladies, I've often said, make sure that if your husband's a beater, if he's beating you up and you've tried everything else or shelters or whatever, and he's threatening and just don't, I don't have a problem with you making sure you understand that all your friends and neighbors all know that your life's in danger and one day he's going to kill you. And then, make sure that when you finally have to do it, that you, if nothing else, make sure you grab his fingernails and scratch your face with his fingernails so that your skin is underneath his fingernails. So obviously he attacked you and you fought for your life, stuff like that. So I'm not advising that. I'm just saying things could happen. Who knows what could happen in life.
Let's talk things through first.
Hell, we got a senator who they say tried to kill his wife and he got away with it. So a lot of things could happen in, relationships or something. I don't know. I don't know.
It certainly changed Farrah Fawcett's career.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely did. She was, she was a pinup girl. Who didn't have Farrah Fawcett's pinup?
Right.
That was, in that little orange bathing suit or whatever it was, or leotard
red,
or something.
I think it was red.
Was reddish orange. Yeah. Anyway. And the Ferris
It was cold. It was cold in the studio.
It was. I could and again, the Farrah Fawcett hairstyle thing of the 70s, and so it was enormous, huge. A good story to lead off with today, as opposed to getting the fires and traders and things like that. This is a story in Okaloosa County, in Destin, Florida. A man called the cops, frantic man, waiting on his doorstep as the police showed up. 86-year-old wife, he says, has gone for a walk with her kid's dog, and she usually goes like 8 minutes or something like that, and she'd been gone an hour. I don't know what happened to her. It's more than an hour, and she's gone. I don't know what happened. It's nighttime. So the police set out, and they say she took the dog, and they've been gone for over an hour. I'm really nervous. So the police kind of started wandering around in the dark. The same cop, a deputy, Devin Miller, had rescued a cat from a drainage ditch just a short while before, and he found the dog wandering around. The dog named Eeyore, after the Winnie the Pooh, Alan Eeyore. Eeyore was wandering down the street. The police officer pulled over. And a police officer, pulled over, got to the dog, greeted the dog, and the dog started lapping her with kisses. And the police officer said, "Where's your mama? Show her where your mama is." And son of a gun, the dog pivoted. Eeyore started leading the officer into the depths of the pitch black neighborhood, still on a leash hanging from her. And sure enough, they came upon the elderly woman, 86 years old, lying on the sidewalk, conscious but obviously hurt, alert, but something was going on. Eeyore, the cop said, wouldn't leave. He kept coming back. And the old lady, the mother, the Grammy, 86-year-old, said the dog wouldn't leave. He kept coming back, and the dog ran up to the car and said, "Bring me to mommy," and ran back here. The police officer said the dog kept going up and getting her to go back to where the good mommy was laying on the sidewalk. What a story. Good dog, good dog. And the grandmother said, "I'm not even his owner. You're such a good boy." But again, if the cop said, "Leave me, where's mommy? And son of a gun, the dog, made sure the cop followed her, and anyway, got her, and everything's fine. So I like happy stories like that. Kimmer P. Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And little newsy things here. The famous California fires. And by the way, Governor Newsom just rejected a bill to raise the salaries of firefighters in California, and he vetoed it. This is after they just went through the Palisades fire and all that stuff, and they didn't have any water, and so now, I'll tell you, he's going to run for president, and every Democrat in America is going to love him. He's the worst governor of the worst state, has done the worst things in the history of politics, and he's a phony and a fraud. He looks like a freaking salesman who's just trying to cornswoggle people out of a new freaking car or something, and the Democrats are going to love this guy because he looks like he should be running for president. Yep. And he's the worst governor of all kinds. Everything he does is just wrong in every possible way. Anyway, so here we go. They've made an arrest now in the guy who theoretically, or at least so far, set those fires. He's 29-year-old, I'm not going to use a-hole fartface, arrested at his home in Melbourne, Florida. At a press conference today, he's known with another name, and he started the Lockman fire after midnight on New Year's Day that maliciously damaged and destroyed fire known as the Lockman fire, leading into the Palisades fire. The first fire started burning underground until winds ignited what became the famous Palisades fire in California. This guy was an Uber driver, described by passengers as agitated and angry the night he started the fire. He's accused of starting the fire using an open flame to ignite the blaze after dropping off the passengers. They said he grew up in France, and he played a French rap song when he took people on his Uber rides. The music for the song Un Zir Undi by the French artist depicts fire scenes. The guy used ChatGPT to create images of a dystopian painting of a city burned on one side, while hundreds of thousands of people in poverty are trying to get past a gigantic gate with a dollar sign on it. The guy's a freaking freak. Obviously a Democrat. He's been charged with destruction of property by fire. Hell, 2 people died. And people lost everything. It killed 12 people, destroyed Pacific Palisades and parts of Malibu. 7,000 buildings burned. And he could only get 20 years in prison. How about for murder? I mean, you must have known, how could you couldn't possibly start a fire in a place like that and not know that the possible danger of, talk about reckless homicide or, I don't know, anyway. So they caught I believe they have the guy. Innocent until proven guilty, of course, but they believe they got the slime bag, so that's good. And I wanted a perp walk. I wanted sheriff's deputies and SWAT teams surrounding James Comey, the former federal Gestapo investigation director, before our Christopher Wray took it over. He's a traitor and a liar, and they've caught him, and he's going to get away with it because it's in a court like outside of Washington, D.C. So good luck on that one. But they arrested him, and he's going to court in January. And they should have, honest to God, they should have perp walked him.
Can they not issue federal charges?
Well, these are federal charges. This is a federal indictment. And, you talking about the fire guy?
No, James Comey.
James Comey, yeah. This is the first time there's ever been arrested on a felony charge. And he's free till he goes to court in January. Everything's fine. As opposed to the way don't forget a couple of Donald Trump's people went to prison. Yeah. For dealing with the FBI. So
Bob Navarro.
Navarro and
Steve Bannon.
And Bannon, yeah. All right, 3:30, Kimmer P. Flounder. All the news coming up here. We got a game and tweets and Flounder's funnies and holy crap.
And a new
sports.
surprise segment for Kimmer.
Oh my God, another. I don't know if I can take the pressure. May not sleep tonight.
If you love 106.3, then you'll love the all-new XTRA 106.3 app. It's loaded with replays of your favorite shows like The Morning Extra and The Kimmer Show, podcasts from conservative voices across the South, and access to Extra's crystal clear live stream from anywhere in Georgia. Grab it now for Apple or Android.
Hey, you know how I tell you Atlanta Safe House had that showroom in Akron? Well, hold on there, my friend. Oh, yeah, they're moving to Alpharetta. Great news, big news. A little closer to action here. New location in Alpharetta coming soon. And guess what? Atlanta Safe House would rather sell the safes they have now instead of moving them. I mean, think about it. You're going to save a bunch, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars off right now. Atlanta Safe House. At the moment, they're at the showroom in Akron, Industrial Boulevard up in Ackworth. And again, no sales tax on pistol safes, gun safes. I'm telling you, they've got all kinds and varieties, and they've got to get rid of them. Well, man, they're going to sell them eventually, but it'd be a lot easier if they don't have to haul them down to the new place coming in Alpharetta. So you save a bundle. And by the way, it's not just, pistol safes and gun safes. They can build you a vault door. They have safes that'll take care of bows and arrows, long guns, short guns, jewelry and cash and stuff like that, including things that Kimber found out the hard way down in Florida when they didn't have a safe. Medical records, your living will, things like that. Important stuff. Again, Atlanta Safe House. Look them up on the web. Moving to Alpharetta, so they want to sell what they have up there. Almost 200 of them ready to go right now. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Most exterior remodelers last just 4 years. Year 7, your warranty's worthless. I'm Megan with Southern Exteriors. We've served Atlanta homeowners for 26 years, and we'll be here for the next 26. Every warranty comes with real peace of mind because we'll be here to honor it. For siding, roofing, gutters, windows, and doors, call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Takori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement, and more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life, that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork, and you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's the camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
The Democrat media will manipulate the way they deliver you your daily dose of news in a way that hides some of the truth they don't necessarily want to spread.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Here we go. Oh, you too, actually. That's a big hit here. I just can't make out the words. 1988, U2 released their 12th single, and U2, with this single, scored their first British #1 hit with Desire. Desire was also a #3 hit in America. #1 in Britain, their first #1, 1988. It was from the album Rattle and Hum. And I haven't heard a word they've said. So it's all good. 337, Kim P. and Flounder. Tell you what, let's go. Donald Trump has got a roundtable working at the White House on the issue of Antifa and violence. Let's go for a minute and see what it's like.
Thank you very much. Andy Ngo has been repeatedly beaten by Antifa, and
got a table of people.
One assault that left him with a brain hemorrhage. Only days ago, Nick Sortor was assaulted in Portland by a
They're showing the video
mob, and we've made it 1 year penalty
Antifa
for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. They've never seen anything like it on both sides, and you end up with riots. So we're going on that basis. We're looking at it not from the freedom of speech, which I always felt strongly about, but never passed the courts. This is what they do: is they incite. When you burn an American flag, you incite tremendous violence. We have many examples of it. many, many examples of it, and it's actually down on tape, and you see things happen that just don't happen unless it's the flag that's burning. Very recently, Katie Davis Court was hit in the face with a flagpole in Portland by an Antifa radical, leaving her with a very blackened eye. So, Katie, thank you very much.
She's there now.
I'd like to
He brought
also
all these
say that I
people,
watched
victims.
Nick. Where's Nick? Is Nick here?
Into the White House.
Nick.
They're
Hi,
showing
Nick.
video of the attacks by Antifa.
That was a rough time you went through. I watched. I hope you got my little note. I wrote you a note.
Yeah, I really appreciated that. It helped a lot because it was a difficult situation. It was very stressful, and your note helped a lot. I truly appreciate it.
I thought it was terrible, actually. I thought it was terrible. So we'll talk about it a little bit. Under the last administration, the Department of Justice targeted faithful Catholics, Christians, and patriotic parents as domestic extremists. They said, oh, they're extreme because they believe in God. They're extreme because they go to Catholic church, or evangelicals, where everybody was under the gun. Unless you were a really bad, sick person, then they left you alone. Under the Trump administration, we're going after Antifa criminals, and all who fund and support their campaigns are in serious trouble. And we have a lot of records already, a lot of surprises, a lot of bad surprises. It's people that you would never think. I want to thank Attorney General Pam Bondi, who, by the way, yesterday was incredible in Congress. It was amazing, and she just did it from the heart. And the brain, because she's very smart, in all fairness, but she did it from the heart, and she did an incredible. Everybody was talking about it. She exposed some of these fake senators, these terrible senators, people like Blumenthal that had a phony war record. For 20 years, he talked about what a hero he was, and it turned out he never went to Vietnam. For 20 years, he talked about being a hero in Vietnam. Then it was exposed when he said what platoon he was with, and it was exposed that somebody was watching from that particular platoon. They said he was never with us. And then he went out and he cried, and he was ready to drop out of the election. And disgraceful. And then he looks at people like Pam and he starts criticizing her, and she's a patriot. And they ought to do something with that. You know, we have a young congressman that's right now in jail for lying about where he went to college and other things. It was, you know, frankly not good. It was pretty bad, but it was nothing compared to Blumenthal. I mean, what Blumenthal did, he was for 20 years a hero, a great war hero. And then he sits back and, you know, sanctimonious kind of a guy, looks at, how dare you do this to the American public, you know? What a fake. But I thought Pam was incredible yesterday, as well as Secretary Christine, who's really out there.
Talk about who's on the table. So, thank God. I'm glad he brought that up. God bless the President of the United States for making sure that Dick Blumenthal, whenever that name comes up, that he is linked forever with stolen valor. A dirty, phony, rotten, coward, liar, weakling who isn't worth squat and should never be in charge of any kind of public policy that people have to rely on him ever, period. Again, the rest of his miserable, stinking life. Anyway, all right. 342. We may go back. It's a round table on Antifa's violence, and again the epidemic of left-wing violence, and it's, you know, there's no doubt about it, and it's getting worse, and so we're talking about it. Okay, all right. Kimmer P. Flounder and Donald Trump is also. In fact, I love this last night, or I guess early this morning, on his Truth Social. Donald Trump said that both Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Fatzker should be put in jail for refusing to defend U.S. immigration and customs enforcement officers, failing to protect them. Both of them. Texas National Guard troops arrived in Illinois yesterday protecting federal people and property from the ICE raids. Donald Trump says, I'm not backing down. And by the way, Pritzker says he's not changing anything. He says Donald Trump is calling for arrest of elected representatives checking his power, what's left on the path to full-blown authoritarianism. Again, that's what you're doing by not allowing federal people to do their job at American territory. And then Pritzker says his masked agents are grabbing people off the street, separating children from their parents, creating fear, taking people for how they look. People need to carry citizenship papers, invading our state troops and setting in war helicopters in the middle of the night, arresting elected officials for asking questions. You big fat phony. Seriously, what a freaking disgrace. And how do they get away with it? How can a governor or a mayor say, no, you can't have federal agents coming on my land? I don't understand any of that. I don't know how that's legal or possible. And by the way, now I know the name Luke Zach. I'm sorry, I keep saying Luke. There's a Luke Bryant, but this is Zach Bryan is a different guy. Zach Bryan is the country singer who has gone scorched earth on his anti-ICE song. And even Homeland Security Director Kristi Noem is blasting him for it. An awful lot of other people are too. After Zach Bryan's song "Bad News" was just released a few days ago. And Kristi Noem says, I hope he understands how completely disrespectful it is, not just to law enforcement, but to this country. To every individual stood up fought for our freedoms. He compromised it all by putting out a product like that, attacking individuals who are just trying to make our streets safe again. Bryant shared a snippet on social media, and he called the post "The Fading of the Red, White, and Blue." The story, it's a song of the protagonist struggling in life, not dead or in jail, only a group of degenerate friends. And the words include, I heard the cops came, I'll change the word here. I heard the cops came, cocky malefactors, ain't they? And ICE is going to come bust down your door. The middle finger's rising and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news. The fading of the red, white, and blue. And I mean, it's an anti-ICE song. And Kristi Noem says she was never a fan. Now, and by the way, Zach Bryan did serve in the U.S. Navy, and so did his wife. He met his wife in the Navy, and then
I know he's divorced though.
Well, he's divorced now because apparently when they lasted for a year.
Allegedly,
they were married for a year, and according to the court documents, it seems like when she was deployed, he started cheating on her and sent her divorce papers while she was on deployment. She was a naval aviator. His wife, and it lasted a year, and they got divorced. Whatever. Anyway, so now, and by the way, now this guy Zach Bryant says the song was written. It's called "Bad News," written months ago, and he said you need the full context. How divisive a narrative can be when shoved down our throats through social media. The song is about how much I love this country and everyone in it more than anything. When you hear the rest of the song, you'll understand the full context. Everyone's using this now as a weapon, only proving how devastatingly divided we all are. We need to find our way back. Well, part of it's people like you idiot. Anyway, he said, I love my country. I'm heartbroken at the political division. I serve this country, love this country. The song itself is about all of us coming out of a divided space. I'm not speaking as a politician or greater than thou a-hole, just a 29-year-old guy confused as everyone else. I'm embarrassed and kind of scared. Left wing or right wing, we're all one bird, an American. I'm not either of these radical sides. We're saying things that are misconstrued sometimes, and he's heartbroken over being well, whatever. Then why? I mean, this is not the first time he's been controversial about stuff like this. But again, he's asking, you're asking for it. So don't come to me and all of a sudden say, well, I love my country and that's not what I meant. You get what you deserve. Then, explain all you want, but then why'd you do it? You must have had a point. Yeah, 347. I don't know anything.
Well, if he wears the hat, no one will see it.
Good play. There you go. It's all covered up now. Carapine flounder, look out.
When political discourse gets ugly, count on XTRA 106.3 to be the voice of reason when tempers flare. The violent rhetoric from the left won't change our mission. It won't affect our hearts, and it won't stop us from being the voice of our community. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA app.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
It was 2 years ago that terrorists murdered more than 1,200 innocent Israelis and took 250 hostages. Today, it seems as if the cries of the dead and dying have been drowned out by shouts of anti-Semitic hatred, and the most brutal attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust has all been but forgotten. Yet as the world looks away, a light shines in the darkness. United in faith, Christians in America are boldly standing with Israel this month by participating in a growing movement, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, Flags of Fellowship. Flags of Fellowship unites churches across America, planting over 1 million Israeli flags all across our land. Together, we will combat hate, the scourge of anti-Semitism, one flag at a time, and through our prayers, we can save lives. We can bring hope and be a part of seeing a brighter future unfold. Show the world that the Jewish people in Israel, they're not alone. To get more information about how you can join the Flags of Fellowship movement, visit ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates and 60 months 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Yikes. Yeah, no, it's all good, I guess. All ready to go here. Doing, doing, doing. That pink star. Floyd Rooney. Yeah, my man. I got it. 1988, Pink Floyd's 1973 album, 15 years later, The Dark Side of the Moon, finally left the Billboard Hot 200 album chart. The Dark Side of the Moon was on that chart for a record-breaking 741 weeks. Wow. That's a lot. Pink Floyd. Our birthday list includes the Reverend Jesse Jackson is 84 years old today, and the Reverend Jesse Jackson is the reason I became an ordained minister. And I did it when I remember doing the story on the radio that Jesse Jackson got caught using something like $700,000 in Rainbow Push Operation, what the hell was it? It was Operation something, and Rainbow and Operation Push Coalition or something like that, and he all that charity money, and he paid off the University of Georgia girl professor that he knocked up, and he used his charity money to pay her off to shut her up, and he got caught. And I said, oh my God, this guy's an ordained minister, and he uses his preaching to try to spread the word of whatever. I said, hell, anybody can be a minister, and by God, I sent away for one of those mail order ministry things, and I am an ordained minister and performed 3 weddings in the state of Georgia because I was legally able to do it. I even called the Secretary of State and said, yes, if your church says you're a minister, you're a minister. Now, I retired because they changed the law about common law marriages, but I actually, in fact, one of my good friends, Dave, his hugeness, Dave, and his lovely bride, Christine, I performed their wedding ceremony, and they're still happily together after it's like 25 years now or something. Anyway, so that's why I became a minister, because of that slime bag. And let's see, I did retire. I don't do that kind of thing anymore because I have total respect. And by the way, on my wedding, my ceremonies I did were all very, very serious and above board. and very religious and powerful, and I enjoyed every one of them. On this day in history, 1871, almost 4 square miles of Chicago is destroyed. 250 people are killed. Up to 300,000 people in Chicago are homeless. According to the problem, Chicago had been in a drought, only had an inch of rain for months. And on this day, they claimed it was Mrs. O'Leary's cow that started a fire in her barn. And many years later, that was pretty much found out to be not true. The first Chicago Tribune story after the fire said it was her cow that started the fire. 20 years later, the author of the story said, no, it was all made up. The fire started at 9 o'clock at night near a barn belonging to the O'Leary family. The family claims they were already asleep and not milking the cow, as the article claimed. It was 9 o'clock at night. Nobody officially determined the cause of the fire, but there were gambling groups going on in there, using the barn to gamble, and they believe that with the gambling and the drunkenness and so forth, that somebody kicked over a lantern in the drought of the barn, hay caught fire, and the whole damn almost 4 square miles of Chicago burned to the ground. Hundreds of people killed, and it was not Mrs. O'Leary's cow. 3:55, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. Well, coming up in a minute, we're going to do that Saturday Night Live a bit with Daryl Hammond, the birthday boy, is 70 years old.
How about we just do it now?
Okay, let's do it now. Here is speaking.
Actually, wait, I got to pull it up here.
All right. Daryl Hammond, 70. Yeah, take a minute. Here we are.
Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Burt Reynolds, not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion.
I hate my job.
The big hat.
The answer was mustard. Mustard is made from mustard seeds. Mr. Reynolds, it's still your board.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me 8-tit for 200?
It's not 8-tit. It's a petite, never mind. Let's just go to animal sounds for 600. This is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
Moo.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
Okay, that's not necessary. Burt Reynolds.
Who is Scooby-Doo?
No.
Yeah, that was a funny dog, Scooby-Doo. He drove around a van and solved mysteries.
That is incorrect.
No, that's correct. I remember you had a pal, Scrappy-Doo.
No. French Stewart. The sound a dog makes.
Who is John Cafferty in the Beaver Brown Band? Thank you very much. I'll take animal sounds for 800.
No! Good Lord! We would have accepted Bow Wow or Ruff.
Oh, Ruff, just the way your mother likes it.
Daryl Hammond is Sean Connery. How many times have I told you about racial stereotypes? I mean, the whole thing. Those were very funny bits. I mean,
hey, when was the last time you heard the phrase John Cafferty in the Beaver Brown Band?
I haven't. I mean, it's. From the French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun. And oh my goodness. Anyway, 3:57. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Oh, but holy crap! Sports is coming up, and a quick. Now, I didn't see a lot of. I saw a little bit of baseball last night. Although the other, I wrote this down, Pete Davis. This guy Guerrero Jr. for Toronto. Holy smokes. I mean, they put a chart up of what he's done, even just against the Yankees. He's, over the last 3 or 4 years, he's number 1 with hits, number 1 with homers, number 1 with RBIs, number 1 with on-base percentage. I mean, it's unbelievable, this guy, Guerrero Jr. He's the son of the other Guerrero guy, right? Isn't he, from years ago?
Okay, the older guy's Vlad. And the younger guy is Vlad.
Yeah, but Junior's is the son of the famous father star, right? Yeah,
Hall of Famer.
And weren't they both? Wasn't he also Toronto?
No, he was Montreal.
Oh, that's right.
An Angel. He was an Angel. Yeah, I don't know if he played for Toronto.
I was thinking Canada. I thought it was ironic that it both.
Montreal, Toronto,
yeah,
same thing.
In
New York, Boston.
Although Montreal, as you recall, was where the Kimmer became a man. After riding there in a 1964.5 Mustang convertible with my buddy Pete, and stopped to have a couple of drinks at this little place in Montreal, Canada, and we're buying the Pernod for $8.
You don't have to tell the whole story just because you started talking about a guy who doesn't even play there.
No. Anyway, what I mentioned was that Guerrero, man, he's just an astounding athlete, and I saw him, run home when he shouldn't have made it, and he did just hustle. I mean, I was really impressed with the guy.
Isn't he a free agent
for a big guy? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, I liked him. Pretty freaking impressive. And by the way, also on my phone, congratulations! It just popped up on my phone. It's got to be true. Chipper Jones has agreed to take $50 million to be the new manager of the Braves. It's incredible. Chipper Jones, the new manager. Oh, it's incredible. It's on my phone, so it's got to be true. Chipper Jones.
Flounder.
Oh, it's not. It's not true. I every freaking hour there's a new Chipper Jones story. I mean, give me a break. They can't fake out all of us for all the time. It's 4:00 coming up here with a real story coming up too.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station, locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the XTRA app.
Possible progress on Mideast peace. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. As Israelis and Palestinians hold indirect talks in Egypt, President Trump just telling reporters after speaking with his team there that a deal is very close.
But it's something I think that will happen, got a good chance of happening. I may go there sometime toward the end of the week.
Adding he may leave Saturday evening or Sunday. The talks are focusing on hostages for ceasefire deal as the first part of a peace plan proposed by the president. His comments coming at a White House roundtable event on Antifa, a group recently designated as a domestic terrorist organization.
Fighting crime is more than just getting the bad guy off the streets. It's breaking down the organization brick by brick, just like we did with cartels.
Attorney General Pam Bondi accusing Democrats, city and state leaders of ignoring or covering up left-wing violence. Democrats accuse the president of trying to fuel chaos by deploying National Guard troops. After months on the run, the last fugitive from a New Orleans jailbreak is captured.
U.S. Marshals say convicted killer Derek Groves was cornered in Atlanta before being arrested following a brief standoff. Groves has evaded capture for almost 5 months after escaping along with 9 other men from the Orleans Parish Prison on May 16th. The other escapees were recaptured within weeks of that jailbreak. In Groves' case, his girlfriend, who is an ex-jail employee, had been arrested and charged for helping him escape.
Fox's Gernal Scott. Groves was awaiting an expected life sentence for murder when he escaped. A late mixed finish on Wall Street. The Dow down a point at the bell. It had been higher for the whole session. A record close, though, for the S&P and the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ finishing up 255 points. America is listening to Fox News.
Cold weather will be here before you know it. And you know what I realized the other day? The power usually goes out when it gets really, really cold, especially in Texas for some reason. And Americans have no way to keep their families warm. Neck nuts? People freeze in today's world. Then I heard about the Vesta off-grid space heater from the great people at My Patriot Supply. Now, this is a space heater that doesn't use electricity. It runs on something called canned heat, which is an indoor-safe fuel. The Vesta, if it's stored in your closet, you know you can keep warm no matter what. And it doubles as a stove to boil water or cook food, which is pretty cool. Now, the best part is, you can get a Vesta and a bunch of other free gifts when you order the Winter Prep Special from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn right now and see everything included. The offer's not going to last long, and neither will this nice fall weather. So go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn today. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn.
Da-da-da-da. All right, let me ask you a question, both you guys. When you hear this song, is there any visual that comes to mind off the top of your head? Flounder?
Pulp Fiction, the dance scene.
There you are. First thing I thought of. Pete Davis, you ever see Pulp Fiction?
Yep.
Yeah. Does it come to mind? Remember that when he's doing the silly little twist thing on the floor? She wanted to take him out. They went to the diner. And
Forgot about it.
And she said, I'm going to win this. I better win this twist contest or dance contest.
She was terrified of that scene because she had to dance with John Travolta, who was a great dancer.
Yeah. Anyway,
and he was like, just don't think about it. Shut up and dance.
Yeah. And he said, I wonder what it's like to have a $5 shake. I want to sip of that $5 shake or whatever it was.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Nowadays, a $5 shake, sign me up.
Yeah, where you can find one for only... I mean, unbelievable. And by the way, first let me do the thing here and get back to the show. Kimber Pete Flounder, how you doing? 404 is Chuck Berry. On this day in 1987, Chuck Berry was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. 1987, on the same day, his film biography, Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll, also premiered. Same night, 1987. To see a little birthday list action here for you today. Chevy Chase, the talented but troubling actor and comedian Chevy Chase is 82 years old today. Wow, good for him. And on this day in history, let's see. Let's do... in fact, we mentioned Che Guevara the other day and how people, Pete has been saying this for a long time. When youngsters in particular, high school or college kids will put on a Che Guevara shirt, they think it represents one thing to them, but a lot of them really, I don't think they know exactly what Che Guevara represents to the rest of the world.
He was.
Yeah. Well, here's a little bit of a little history to kind of set in case you're a little confused. It was on this day, 1967. A Bolivian guerrilla force led by the revolutionary Marxist Che Guevara is defeated in a skirmish with a special detachment of the Bolivian army. 1967, this day, Guevara was wounded and captured, and they took care of him the next day. Guevara was a man of action to revolutionize people. He was a pivotal role in the Cuban Revolution in the 50s, encouraged Fidel Castro to pursue his communist anti-American agenda. Che Guevara had several positions in Castro's government, then disappeared in 1965, went to the Congo, trained rebels. In 66, resurfaced in Bolivia, leading another guerrilla group. Now, Che Guevara believed in this new man counter-revolutionary tactic theme. He said gay men, whom he referred to as sexual perverts, could not be part of the bourgeois decadence. He explained a deviation of nature like that clashes with the concept we have of what militant communists should be. No gay sexual perverts. He established the first Cuban concentration camp. From the Nazis, he got the idea. The motto was "Work sets you free," and he said, "Work will make you men free." He hated homosexuals, Jehovah's Witnesses, African Cuban priests, and others who have been committed crime against revolutionary morals. First to work in these camps to correct their antisocial behavior. He was also a rapist, referred to black people as those magnificent examples of the African race who have maintained their racial purity thanks to their lack of an affinity with bathing. He also described Mexicans as a band of illiterate Indians.
Oh, my God.
He said Che Guevara loved torturing animals, which is tied into being a serial killer. He killed 216 people in Cuba in the 50s. All he needed was suspicion to end a life. There was no trial because he said the revolution could not stop to conduct investigations. It has the obligation to triumph. He had no regard for human life. 50 years after his death, it's important to remember a person he was, a homophobic, racist mass murderer, willing to use any means to achieve his self-declared superiority. And when they caught him on this day in 1967, he was executed the next day. And when you wear his T-shirt, you should know more about what you're actually representing.
Yeah, was he homophobic?
Yeah.
He was
racist,
a bigot,
homophobic,
a racist.
Yeah.
hated his fellow Spanish-speaking people in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean,
he killed baby. He would shoot mothers holding the babies.
Yeah.
They would execute them.
Yeah. Well, they weren't part of the revolution. So the end.
Because he didn't like it.
Yeah.
No trial, nothing like that. He didn't like something, so he could kill you.
He said the revolution doesn't have time for trials.
That's a psychopath.
Yeah, that's right. Che Guevara. Put that on your T-shirt.
And you got Carlos Santana walking around with the damn Che Guevara shirt on like he's a hero. So you got Hollywood making movies like the Motorcycle Diaries, like he's some young, Jim Morrison driving around on a motorcycle somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and not exactly like an American revolutionary leading the, the revolt from the British Empire. So, good Lord. Anyway, and by the way, speaking of political stuff, and a thing on the newspaper, I'm getting them every morning when I go out to get the paper. It's still dark. I'm up. I don't sleep much. I'm up pretty early, and the paper's here. And I think to myself, it won't be long before it's not going to be on my driveway anymore. And frankly, I'm tired of it. I really, it's silly. It's ridiculous. Today, I pulled out a story that was in the paper for the first time in months. There's really nothing in there that's other than the TV guide. I get the TV guide thing, and I read Dear Abby and stuff like that, and the sports page, and those are really all I rely on from the Al Jazeera constipation. And here's another example of why I think it's important that I'm just getting used to the fact that I'm not going to have the paper anymore, and I'm not going to be part of their computerized paper thing or whatever the hell they call it. There's a story today, and the headline is City Official Accused of Threatening Contractor. Chattahoochee Hills Councilman Richie Schmidt calls city contractor names, threatens to tear her feet off, and recorded phone calls. He's been a city councilman for, I think, 8 years. He's running for mayor. And there's recorded phone calls, which are becoming public now. And the reason I'll mention what he said, and then the reason I thought this was an interesting story, given how I feel about the paper. He was talking to people on the phone about how much he hates this woman who's a city contractor who also runs a daily newsletter. And he's complaining that she's putting things in the newsletter he doesn't like. And he says, I've got somebody at the paper threatening to post lies about me, so what do you do about that since we pay for it? Tell her if she ever acts as if someone has authority over me again, I'll ruin her in a public setting with that little effed up paper of hers. She doesn't have the right to talk about me. I can't believe how many people in this town love to put ropes around their necks. It looks like Judy's going to be the next one. She's been forewarned. He also said, if she stands up to me again like the bitch she is, I will physically tear her feet off of her because I'm that type of guy. People want to keep talking shark about me. They have no idea what's coming down the pipe for them. He did the same thing about another contractor. Okay, now the reason I thought this was bizarre was because our newspaper normally wouldn't run a story like this unless it was some rabid Republican. And so I looked and looked and looked. I looked in the paper, nothing in the article about his political affiliation. So I Googled his website, nothing about his political affiliation. I finally asked Grok. I said, hey, Grok, what political party does Richie Schmidt belong to, a Peachtree Hills city councilman? I said, he's a Democrat. And again, if this had been, I can't believe they did the story because he wasn't a Republican, but they sure went out of the way to not mention that he's a, well-known Democrat. But again, the Democrats are going nuts. Mm-hmm. And by the way, did you see, I didn't even cover the story because now it's a little more important than I thought it might be later because I don't want to talk about her, that freaking former vice president who damn near became president, Carmela Sidepiece. Have you seen her latest track now? Every public appearance she makes, she's now using the MF phrase. Mm-hmm. MF, out of the former vice president, a lawyer, a former attorney general of California, going around throwing the MF phrase to show how tough the Democrats are now?
No, they've been told that America loves Trump because he speaks like them. So she thinks everybody goes around saying the MF word all the time.
But again, it's exactly the opposite. In fact, what's happened is, this is really killing me. And again, I feel bad for young people because you have no idea about the comparison to show the difference. From the very beginning, the Democrats wanted to make sure that everybody thought Joe Biden was just, was a kindly old guy. He's been around forever. He's not going to cause any harm. Let's get over this Trump business and all the division. Get Biden elected president. He's like a nice old grandfather. He's just a sweet old man. Nothing's going to happen, so everything's going to be fine. The fact of the matter is, he was not only a disgrace, he's a traitor, and he, pardoned his whole family for the crime and corruption. We know about all the stuff that's coming out now about things he actually did with the Department of Defense and FBI and everything else. Well, what's turned out now is that they claiming that Donald Trump was the vicious Nazi hater, white supremacist. Donald Trump is the kindly, happy grandfather daddy who's making people laugh and loves the media, brings people in to open up the White. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a 180-degree change of that grumpy old nasty Donald Trump, who's become the happy, joking, jovial, love everybody, let's get these wars settled and stuff like that kind of guy, compared to what they tried to make him out with just a couple of years ago. How he has changed the nature of his presidency is astounding. The comparison, not only for his presidency, but all the last one with Biden. I mean, holy smokes.
But it's only you and our side that sees that.
Yeah,
the
I
left
know.
does not see that.
I know. But it's real.
He's still the same evil.
Yeah, I know.
He was before.
But wasn't it funny that the perspective has changed, except they're still not, we want nothing to do with it. But the fact of the matter is Donald Trump is a different man and a different president. And it's talk about openness and sunshine and breath of fresh air. And it's too bad they don't see it and appreciate it. Really, how could you not appreciate what he's done? Anyway, all right, 414. Timber, Pete, and Flown. It's a shame. It really has destroyed the country.
Well stated, Pete.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
Are you growing just a bit weary of the drama in Washington? The government shutdowns, closing down national parks because Congress can't agree on a spending bill? It's not so much a partial shutdown as it is just a complete failure of government. Well, my friends, it's not going to stop. It's only going to get worse until Americans make up their minds. Just what do you want out of government? Do you want a government that forces you to send your children to state-operated schools according to your zip code? Or do you want a government that allows parents to make decisions on where their children are going to be educated? Do you want a government that allows a child at the age of 8 to decide what their gender is going to be? Or do you want a government that insists on parents being part of that decision? Do you want your tax money being spent on necessary projects here at home or LGBTQ number 2 parades in Uganda? Do you want more freedom and free enterprise, or do you want socialism and government control? Decide. Make up your minds. As long as we have a Congress, a Senate, and a House of Representatives with no clear majority and no clear direction of where we're going to go, this is going to be your reality. Partial shutdowns, a legislative process nearing chaos. We're going to have to decide whether we want to follow the visions of our founding fathers or the visions of Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders, and AOC. Until we do, what you see happening today is going to be our reality for a long time, and it won't work out well for us. Neil Bortz, XTRA 106.3.
You wouldn't buy a luxury car and throw on bargain tires, so why do that with your siding? I'm Megan with Southern Exteriors. We install James Hardy siding, and we install it right. And as an elite certified contractor, we follow every spec so your siding qualifies for Hardy's full 30-year warranty. For siding that looks amazing and lasts, call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Well, I don't have to worry about trying to sprinkle and water my plants and bushes out on my deck. But boy, if you have a landscaping coming in, Stovall and Company, third generation family wholesale landscaping supply company. And if you're putting in somebody's backyard or deck or pool area, stuff like that, they've got it all. Landscaping stuff and trees and flowers and bushes and plants and seeds and grass and sprinkler systems and irrigation things. And how about you're building an outdoor fireplace or a kitchen or something, they can take care of the stuff you need for that too. And if you need something they don't have, Stovall and Company, Paul and the boys will tell you where else to get it, even if they lose this sale. You got to love them. StovallInc.com.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Go beyond just a baseball game with your Atlanta Braves and check out Truist Park's Ballpark Tour. See the ballpark like never before and explore the franchise's rich history with artifacts, exhibits, and more, led by tour guides who will take you to places behind the scenes that most fans have never seen before, including the press box, premium club spaces, and of course, step onto the field where your favorite Braves players battle it out during the season. And each tour comes with a complimentary player chain necklace. Visit Braves.com/tours to purchase your tickets today. And did you know Truist Park can host your next event? As a year-round facility, we host private events ranging from corporate meetings, trade shows, team building events, holiday parties, rehearsal dinners, you name it, Truist Park can host it. Visit Braves.com/events to get started on creating an experience like never before with one of Truist Park's unique venues. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
All right, I got now. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 420, I call smoking. It was 1987. I got a hankering to get a pack of Luckies. And my old buddy Mike Summers sent me, I still have that pack. It's all probably dust by now. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. Here's ZZ Top. 1987, the three members, ZZ Top, made advance bookings for the first available seats on the first passenger flight to the moon. They made the reservation in 1987. They're still waiting for the confirmation to take their trip. So that's
two of them.
Two of them will have to be there now because the whole beard thing caved in there on the guy. Our birthday list includes that naughty little Emily Proctor. Emily Proctor is 57, and I remember when she popped up on West Wing as that little Ashley, the only Republican in the administration, basically. And when she showed up on West Wing, I thought to myself, that is a star in the making. Man, she owned that screen. She took over that role, and sure enough, it wasn't long, CSI Miami, and guess who's starring? Emily Proctor got a new role after her part-time thing in West Wing, and good for her. She deserved it. Emily Proctor's 57.
She's done two things. She had to stoop to doing a Big Mama's House too, for God's sake.
Oh, she did? I didn't know about that.
She can't act.
Yeah. Well, she was great in that role in West Wing and CSI Miami.
CSI, she was wooden and stiff.
Oh, really? I didn't see that one. I watched her in West Wing, and she was sweet as the devil. Well, then screw her. I don't care.
Well, you would.
I was saying nice things about her. Now I don't care one way or the other. She's a bad actress. I know she's freaking cute and she's tiny, and so therefore she's in. Anyway,
she's a big girl.
Emily Proctor, she can't be 5'4".
Yeah, she was taller than everybody on that CSI show.
God, my vision of her, she's like 5'3", 5'4", maybe.
She was a statuesque blonde on the CSI Miami. She made David Caruso look like a midget.
Oh, my God. Oh, see, I never saw that show. But I know she was on
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
Outside of the Who's song.
In fact, what was the first one? What was the first CSI show? Wasn't it just plain CSI?
Oh, what wasn't they in Vegas with William, what's-his-face, the actor?
Yeah. William Peterson, the white-haired guy? William Peterson.
In Vegas, I think.
But what the hell wasn't it? Was it?
Well, the first one was the first CSI. Wasn't it with David Caruso? He's kind of the guy that started it.
Yeah, but I don't think it was Miami the first one. Now they got. I don't remember.
I think the first one was just CSI, and then they broke off to like CSI Miami, CSI Vegas, kind of like what they did with NCIS.
All right. Well,
but look at here at Emily Proctor. She's only 5'3".
That's what I said.
They made her look big on that show.
Well,
I mean, everybody else must have been just short.
Yeah, I knew she was teeny from watching her in West Wing. Anyway, whatever. Emily Proctor's birthday, 54, and happy birthday. I didn't mean to get into the whole thing.
No one's ever heard of this woman.
Well, it's all the time we have. On this day in 1993, Ted Danson, the famous Cheers actor and other things. Actually, he was a good actor. He had a couple of movies, so I should mention him. Ted Danson, excuse me, 1993, at a Friars Club comedy roast, honoring his girlfriend, Whoopi Goldberg, and Ted Danson showed up wearing blackface. He was criticized not only for using the racial stereotype during the roast, but Whoopi Goldberg was in on the stunt, and she helped him write his material. And so it was okay for Ted Danson and the liberals, here we go again. And Ted Danson was, is a good actor. He was in, what was that movie with the guy who threw the thing through the window to get the girl, the blonde, who she killed her husband with in the tunnel with a bomb. And you met her on the boardwalk, and she put him in. He went to prison for her because she killed her girlfriend instead with a bomb explosion.
Nobody has any clue.
Not a clue.
Oh God, she gained 500 pounds when she was in Californication. Right. The actress.
No one saw that either. This is a lot more important. Kiss rocker Gene Simmons hospitalized in a car crash in Malibu.
Whoa.
76 years old. He said he's now going home to recuperate. Crashed his car into a vehicle. It was a park. He drove into a parked car on the Pacific Coast Highway yesterday. He passed out inside his Lincoln Navigator.
Wow, parked car on the. I wonder if it was illegally parked and there's no room coming around a corner or something. Malibu Highway, that could be.
He fainted
brutal.
Supposedly, so he just didn't matter. He's like he didn't go off because there's parts where that goes off a cliff.
Yeah. Oh my God.
In Malibu, yeah.
So they think he fainted and then got in the crash because he was unconscious, or did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, and he's alive and home. Is that what you said?
He's back home. They say.
I'll be damned.
He's always stated he's never done drugs or alcohol.
Well, and Gene Simmons, we're talking from Kiss. Holy cow!
Well, you're 76. He may have just had a little low blood sugar, or who knows?
Well, sometimes if I stand up too fast,
let's see it. Here, bolt up.
No, in fact, I'll stand on one leg now.
No, don't do that.
Here, I'm standing on one leg.
Don't do that.
I can do this forever.
No, you can't.
Well, no, I can't.
I will put good money that you cannot do that forever. I'm going to say right now, 10 minutes you couldn't do.
I'll bet I could not do it stand on one foot for 10 minutes.
No, you could not.
I'll bet I could not. I'll bet I could, when I was 20 or 18, but not now.
Yeah.
All right, what was the name of that stupid movie? Kathleen something. Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner and the guy, the blonde-haired actor, and he was a lawyer, and
she
with
the face.
Oh, Kathleen Turner movie and he was on the beach with her, and he threw the thing through the window to go get her to have sex with her when she was teasing him, and then he got he got a bomb maker to make him a bomb to put under the guy's house. Oh my God, Kathleen
You're thinking
Turner
about
movie.
Body Heat.
Body Heat.
That's not Ted Danson, is it?
Ted Danson was one of the lawyers in Body Heat, and one of his friends, one of his close friends in the bar.
Nobody remembers him.
Oh my God, Ted Danson was a serious part. He was in several different scenes. A lot of it. Ted Danson, one of the lawyers,
Richard
one of his friends' lawyers. Yeah,
and William, what's his face?
Hurt.
But I don't remember Ted Danson being in there, but you're right, I'm sure. But
anyway, that's why I mentioned he was a good actor, because he was a very good part. He played a very good part in it. Okay.
We're now starting to get phone calls saying, tell him it's Body Heat.
See, somebody knew. The guy with the face and throw the thing through the window.
With the face.
He threw the vase through the window to clash in the door to go have sex with a girl after she teased him.
He put blackface on so they couldn't see him at night doing it.
Exactly. And he used to jog with cigarettes, and he'd stop jogging and light a cigarette on the back porch, and that's where he met her. Anyway, whatever. All right, here we go. A couple of bizarre stories in the news, and not the other thing. Jim Comey pleaded innocent. He was arraigned today, and his trial is going to be the former the traitor and former FBI director James Comey will go to trial in January. And I can't believe they didn't perp walk him. And again, of course, we don't do that, unfortunately, but they should have embarrassed the crap out of him. They should have SWAT teams and everything else. I mean, this is just nonsense. Of course, we'd get creamed for it. Anyway,
Can I just say something here? I just got a very bizarre tweet from Flounder.
Oh, all right, sir.
It said something with broth. I don't think it was a good idea for me to eat the mashed potatoes.
Oh, damn it. I thought that was Veronica. I'm under the weather, and she was asking if I want soup or not. So, because I wanted something.
Very creamy, but delicious.
Because for leftovers, last night we had meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
Oh, I love
and
that.
I'm under the weather, and the meat, it was delicious, but the mashed potatoes are creamy.
Yeah.
So it's not kind of good on my throat and stuff like that because I'm
kidding.
sick.
Oh, my goodness.
In other words, Kimber, I wouldn't go in his room for a
I'm going to stay right the hell where I am. Now, let me ask you this. Who made the meatloaf?
Veronica did.
And how does she make her meatloaf?
With meat and loaf.
Is it better than mine?
Say yes.
I'll say yes, not to get an argument with my wife.
But I'll tell you what. In fact, I'll tell you what. Over in the next couple. Are you here next week?
Yeah, make some meat. Yeah, why don't you make a batch and I'll bring it home to Veronica to see what she thinks.
Okay.
It's a good old fashioned meat off.
It's a meat off. It's a meat off. I love my meatloaf, and again, because I don't eat that much, so I make a meatloaf of a pound of meatloaf. It'll last me for a week.
Wait a minute. Do it. I'm in Monday. So I will be the impartial judge between the two, and it'll be a blind taste test.
Well, but you can't do that because you got to heat it up, and I should put gravy on it. I mean, there's no way to have a taste test with.
Oh, you're already making excuses for losing. Is that what I don't hear Veronica making excuses?
I'll make a meatloaf Sunday night, and I'll bring in meatloaf on Monday.
And Veronica, if she can make one, and
I'll have her make one.
Okay,
on Monday.
All right, we'll do that, and
you'll ask her nicely to make one.
Now the thing is, obviously, when I make it, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator Sunday night to bring it out Monday morning to bring it here. So it's going to be cool.
It's usually better the next day.
Okay, I'm just saying we'll do that. It'll be fun. Excellent. All right, 4:30 already. Holy crap, I can't believe it. We got Halloween decoration issues in the news all of a sudden. I mean, isn't Halloween supposed to be, goofy and weird?
Yeah, we just
anything goes.
So anyway, well, here we go. Again, it's the division in America over politics is now going everywhere into your backyard. All right, 4:30, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, and it's only hump day. Here we go. Let's do tweets. We got a game, too, coming up.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow XTRA 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at XTRA 106.3.
Well, Peach State Windows, we'll talk about windows. They've got specials going on right now, man. The more you need, the more you're going to save. And these are all double-hung special vinyl siding things that, high energy, fantastic rating stuff. And of course, I know, Jeff and his lovely bride, I've worked with them 20-something years ago, so I trust the company. They know what they're doing. These are contractor builders, so it's not just the windows and stuff on sale. Hardy plank siding of all kinds. You check it out. And again, if you need something for your house on the outside, they'll check your roof for you, and a free deck check for safety things, too. It's peachstatewindows.com.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
This is Bruce Hagan. The law in Georgia has changed, and if you have been injured in a car crash, it's going to be harder than ever to get insurance companies to treat you fairly. What you need is a real lawyer on your side, not some phony TV or billboard lawyer who doesn't even know how to get to the courthouse. I've been a Georgia super lawyer for 20 straight years, and we try cases and we win. We get results for our clients. Call me, get in touch, hagan-law.com. We are real lawyers who will win your personal injury case.
Our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. The big question for many of our listeners as they approach retirement is, will I be okay in retirement? Sean, how do you help someone figure out if they've saved enough to be comfortable?
Great question. There is a lot of different aspects to this, but the biggest thing is looking at risk. Look, there's a lot of different risks to your money, like market risk. There's healthcare costs, inflation, and taxes. All those need to be accounted for. Many people worry if they've saved enough. Am I going to outlive my money? Strategies to help preserve your wealth can be more important than the dollar amount that you saved. Get an analysis of your situation to help you get that clarity that you need.
Tell us about the offer you have for listeners.
If you're worried about if you'll be okay for retirement, you probably don't have a plan. You might not even know what I mean when I'm talking about, do you have a retirement plan? Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit, and you can get that by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped me put this thing together just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters from everything from investments to Social Security, income planning, and has other guides that go along with it as well, with some checklists in regards to all those different strategies and topics as well. So if you want to get that information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Like Sean said, just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
The Fan and Extra 106.3 are proud to salute all those who've served our great nation at our 2025 Veterans Day Golf Classic. Friday, November 7th at Heritage Golf Links. Join all your favorite Fan and Extra personalities for a day of golf, prizes, and fun, all benefiting our friends at the Warrior Alliance. Special thanks to the Atlanta Braves, Corona, Beaver Toyota of Cumming, Harris Cherokee Casino and Resorts, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Freebird Southern Spring Water, Henri's Bakery, and the Collar Spot. Welcome to the Kimmer Show halftime update. Let's check in with Pete on the scoreboard. Stories prepared versus stories actually covered.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we're at halftime, ladies and gentlemen.
What a sick.
Of the 12 stories that Kimmer sent at 5 a.m. this morning for poor Flounder to pull and print up and have ready for him when he came in. Of the 12, how many stories, Kimmer, do you think you've actually done so
10,
far?
10 and a half. I think I'm on 10 and a half to 11. I've got like teasing
lower
than that. Maybe 9, 8, 9 and a half, or 10.
Lower.
I don't know.
You've done exactly 33% of the stories you sent. 4 of 12 have actually been discussed.
Stuff happens. Got distracted. Had to do the whole story, of my past and stuff that involves the Kimmer.
Montreal.
I was in Montreal. It was 64, birthdays.
Danson's career.
Well, I'll try to do better. In fact, we have some more stories coming up with the actual news of the day. But first, on this day, do we even play music? You even come back with our music yet, did you? Are we skipping this one?
No, we can. Let's see. What are we doing here? We've got
1971, the Ledzer. There we go. Who doesn't know? Even I always recognize these guys. Led Zeppelin, 1971. Led Zeppelin 2 was enjoying its 100th week on the British album charts, their first album to hit number 1 in America. This day, 1971, it knocked the Beatles' Abbey Road twice from the top spot and stayed there for 7 weeks. When Led Zeppelin 2 was first released, the advance orders had 400,000 copies in America. The campaign built around the slogan, Led Zeppelin 2 now flying. All right, sir. Let's see. Our birthday list includes that naughty Stephanie Zimbalist. Was Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.'s daughter, as I recall. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. was the guy starting in the FBI, Quinn Martin Production. And again, back when the FBI was the most respectable law enforcement agency in the world, probably. Anyway, Stephanie Zimbalist is 69. She was Detective Laura Holt on Remington Steele, the TV series. Remember who her co-star was?
Pierce Brosnan. And also Doris Roberts was in that movie from the other comedy series. TV show.
Yep.
Doris Roberts from Seinfeld?
Yeah, but the other one, wasn't she somebody's mother?
Raymond.
Raymond's mother.
Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond's mother. Yeah. Everybody loves Raymond. 440, come repeat Flounder ready. Holy cow. Let's see, Flounder, do we have a little something here? I think we want to do a little something here involving, I mentioned Daryl Hammond's birthday today, 70 years old. He took over from Don Pardo as the announcer on Saturday Night Live on NBC. And Don Pardo and Daryl Hammond and Johnny Olson. Who's next in our contestant? Come on down for Pete Davis and game number 1 today. What do you got there, sir?
All right, let's do what we usually do. It's 3 strikes and you're out.
Well, congratulations again, Flounder. I had one day
you won yesterday.
Yes,
don't sell yourself short.
1 out of 9, but that's good.
You're very short.
That's
you're
what she said.
You're quite the slouch.
You're a tremendous slouch, Judge.
Tremendous slouch.
My father never liked you. Yes.
There are over 130 teams in FBS college football, the big boys.
Wow, okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Right now, after week 5 or 6, after week 6, actually, there are only 15 undefeated teams left.
Out of all, wow. Well, that goes into like Montana State and everything else.
So start naming them. The undefeated.
God. Well,
starting with who won? Kimmer won, so Kimmer, you get to go first.
Okay, Missouri Dental College. I mean, how is my guy?
You're wrong, Flounder. Your turn.
I'll go with Miami.
Miami of what?
University of Miami, Florida.
There's 2. Florida. Very good, sir. Yes, that's also, it's good. He's got one. So, Kimmer, it's your turn.
Wow. Well, now let's see. All the top guys lost last week. I don't know. I don't know who's. I don't know. Honestly, I can't. I don't.
So name a college.
Alabama. They've lost 3, I think.
Yeah, Alabama lost the very first game of the season. That's strike 2 there. Flounder, what you got?
Navy.
You are correct, sir. Navy is also undefeated so far.
Wow.
You think someone who's in the department of the Navy
I would think. Well, it's the men's department. I'm in the men's department of the Navy, yes, of course. Golly.
Obviously not the Mensa department.
No, I wouldn't think so. How about, Lordy. Let's see. Nebraska.
No, Nebraska has lost. That's 3 strikes here, Kimmer, and then it's over. It's over. The Flounders won. Okay, you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Brigham Young is undefeated.
Well, I wouldn't have known that.
Indiana is undefeated.
Wouldn't have known that either.
Memphis.
Nope.
Missouri. So
No.
you had Missouri State.
I might have. Yeah,
Missouri.
I could have known Missouri.
North Texas.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that.
A little team that's number 1 in the country.
I meant Georgia Tech.
Ohio State.
Oh, Ohio State. I should have known that.
Oklahoma.
Another one. That's 2 I should have known.
What is my favorite team?
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, undefeated.
No kidding.
Oregon, undefeated. Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and UNLV. And I think Flounder just said another one there. Georgia Tech.
Wow,
he's having a great year.
Holy cow! I'm embarrassed that I shouldn't have been. I should have been lauding all these teams. You know, the problem is I don't follow college football like I used to. I just don't have the time for some reason. I'm not watching
Time
TV.
to get on that Yellow Jacket bandwagon, my friend.
Well, I'm happy for him. And again, that guy, it was a King that hit that quarterback. Is he still lighting up the play? What's his name? Isn't his name King? Something like that. Really, he showed off a couple games I saw bits and pieces. He was terrific. Anyway,
And let me just point out that unlike what sports writers around the country are saying, Lane Kiffin is not up for the Braves job. So,
oh my, well that's okay.
It's a joke.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, because absolutely, Chipper Jones already took it, so we don't really.
No, he didn't.
I can't believe every freaking day there's a Chipper, and it's a whole story.
Maybe he will.
It's got pictures and stuff, and people reacting to it. And Dateline just in, Chipper Jones takes $50 million to manage the Braves. I think, holy moly!
People want it. They'd love to see that.
Well, he can't possibly want to be a manager.
Oh, I don't think he. Well, I don't know.
That's all. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I mean, I would think. In fact, let me ask you a question about that. I thought I know this is a stupid question, but there's no such thing as a stupid question. As a reporter,
We'll see.
I'm happy to answer them. Now, if he were interested in a possible hitting coach type position, my question is this: is a hitting coach? Would the hitting coach for the Braves team go with them on every away game? Or is he only
hitting coach? Yes. He'd go with them. Yes.
Because I don't know.
Have more than one.
In fact, I'm not even sure what a hitting coach does. Is it an everyday thing with every player? Do they come to see him to make appointments?
Depends on the player, and the players have their own personal ones. They have guys who help on the side besides the main guy. Hires is the main guy right now. And he's got a 2-year contract, so they'd have to pay him off if Chipper took that.
But I don't know. I really. And I really don't know what a modern day hitting coach does anymore with modern day players, because they're all launch angle and what do they call it, the symmetric biometrics, or whatever the hell the phrase is.
A lot of them have their own personal ones too.
Yeah.
That you got to wonder what they're telling them.
But I mean, I'd love to have a guy say, "Well, I tell him to, turn his wrist over a little bit to the right, or try to
what
swing
they did with
up,
Michael Harris II. They told him to to not have his hands so low or high. I forget which one it was, but
low. His hands were higher.
Yeah,
his hands were saying put his hands lower, and look what he's done in the second half.
Yeah.
He took off.
Yeah. But I mean, it's amazing, and I really don't know much. I have no inside information about a real big time Charlie hitting coaches and how they can work with the players and whether players accept it. I remember when the famous third baseman for the Braves was a teenage star. What's it? Come on,
there's been a few. Great third baseman.
The blonde, stocky. He was
Bob Horner.
Bob Horner, and Bob Horner said once he was asked to try to help some of the new players who came up, and he said the only player who ever refused any kind of information from him at all about hitting ever was David Justice.
David Justice.
Didn't want any part of anybody else talking about his swing. So again, who knows?
He did have a beautiful swing.
Yeah.
Both of them. Bob Horner had that quick, short little power swing that he had that I actually tried to copy. I mean, I loved watching him bat, Bob Horner.
Yeah. 4:47 already. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see. We got still have tweets coming up. We have Holy Crap at Sports. We have Flounder's Funnies. And we have the news and some disturbing Halloween decoration things. Also, once again, caving in to a James Bond poster so it doesn't offend somebody, and wearing a MAGA hat for a Charlie Kirk thing got a student in college in trouble at Oklahoma. Coming up, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder right here.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, Cobb's premier lifestyle magazine, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses like St. Benedict's Episcopal School.
I'm Father Brian Sullivan, head of school at St. B's in Smyrna. We welcome students preschool through 8th grade into a diverse and inclusive community. With small classes and personalized learning, we focus on the whole child academically, socially, and emotionally. Beyond the classroom, our students thrive in arts, clubs, mini athletics, and community service. We're proud to offer Spanish as a core curriculum, and we are a STEM certified school, preparing graduates for success in high school and beyond. Applications are now open. Learn more at stbs.org.
Thanks, Father Brian. Friends, check out this community treasure. And remember, Our Town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. It's time to turn your work into fun with Exmark mowers this fall from Howard Brothers. Exmarks are built for speed, precision, and durability, making every cut cleaner, every job faster, and have fun doing it. Whether you're mowing lawns or cleaning up leaves, homeowner or pro, Exmark helps you stay ahead of the work, giving you more time to enjoy the cooler season. So gear up and save time with the mowers the pros trust. Find your Exmark at Howard Brothers today. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Hey, Braves fans, some things just get better with time, like your love for the Braves and banking with Truist One Checking. It's checking for life, offering everyday essentials like no overdraft fees and a tap-to-pay debit card, and great extras you'll appreciate season after season, like automatic upgrades as your balances grow. Be ready every inning with Truist One Checking. It's life-ready checking that grows with you. Get Truist One Checking today. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, baby. It's only me, the Kimmer Payton full-ounder. And on this day in 1969, David Bowie played the first of a 10-date tour. He was supporting Humble Pie at Coventry, England. David Bowie was fronted by former Small Faces singer Steve Marriott and featuring Bowie's old school friend Peter Frampton. It was 1969. Peter Frampton's father, Owen, taught art at Beckenham Technical School, where Bowie was a pupil. Another of his pupils was George Underwood, who became a painter and designed 3 David Bowie album covers, Space Oddity, Hunky Dory, and Ziggy Stardust. 1969, all happened. Well, whatever, gotta love music. Our birthday list includes Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley in the Alien movies, Dana in Ghostbusters, the roles of Dr. Grace Augustine and Kiri, the daughter in Avatar movies. Sigourney Weaver, 76 years old today. And Alien keeps popping up on various AMC or A&E.
There's a new TV series with Timothy Oliphant in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alien? Is it the same theme kind of deal, or to take off?
Kind of like they land on Earth in the future or something like that. I don't know.
I'll be darned. Coming up, by the way, the true story about the troubles of Jerry Lee Lewis and a whole lot of shaking going on. Also, well, it's another fine mess you've gotten me into. We'll talk a little historical thing coming up shortly. Oh, it's such a fun. But on this day in 1945, Raytheon Manufacturing filed a patent for what's now a staple kitchen appliance in homes around the world, the microwave. Invented by an employee named Percy Spencer, now, almost 100% of American homes have the darn thing. After World War I, this guy was honorably discharged, landed a job at Raytheon, a defense manufacturer, knowing while he was on duty, he learned to work with colleagues on radios. I did say duty. He worked on radios and radars, specifically the magnetron, which emits microwaves. This guy, Spencer, led the way in developing methods to mass-produce smaller magnetrons, which were hard to manufacture in large quantities. Sometimes accidents at work lead to major discoveries. Spencer was a lover of payday candy bars and would bring them to work. One day, while experimenting with the magnetron, he found that the microwave radiation emitted melted the peanut and caramel-filled chocolate bar in his pocket. So he tried other consumables. He put unpopped popcorn in there, cold food, water. He found that the microwaves could cook or reheat all these particles through materials like wax, paper, plastic, and glass. The first microwave was 750 pounds and was 6 feet tall, dubbed the radar range, installed on a nuclear-powered cargo ship. Original radar range cost $5,000. In today's currency, it would be $52,000 for the first microwave. People were concerned about the microwave radiation, as well as the size and the high price, so it was absent in the average household for years. It wasn't until 1967 when Amana, owned by Raytheon at the time, debuted the first tabletop microwave. In 1967, it cost $495. By 1975, the Amana radar range was more common in homes than gas-powered ovens themselves. And we all have one. We all use them all the time. 456, can repeat in a flounder. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. A guy in Kentucky's been arrested for what he put in his yard to celebrate Halloween. Stephen Markham, 58 years old, was charged with terroristic threats after a local prosecutor drove by his road and said, well, now, wait a minute here. The grim scene outside this guy's house in Kentucky showed several black plastic body bags shaped like corpses, each one tagged with the names or positions of city leaders, which look a little less like a Halloween prank and more like a direct threat.
It's Halloween.
So, one judge said, you don't see that all the time. I drove by and saw it and I said, oh my God, that's a little harsh. So they seized the decorations. The Kentucky State Police showed up and arrested the guy, put him on a $5,000 bond in jail. They say if you're threatening somebody in a terrorizing way, that's not covered by free speech. And the tensions are the problem. Here we go. The rising political tensions make the public far less tolerant of violent imagery. There's a greater risk that people will enact it or carry it out. A display that should have been taken as tongue-in-cheek or a joke in a less polarized, conflict-ridden age may not be seen quite as funny or innocent these days. Isn't that a shame?
That's free speech. It's Halloween. Screw them.
Yep.
He shouldn't put their names on there.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Their titles, their job titles, that's no one's business.
And by the way, there was a case of a sheriff whose wife is from Cuba. This was either Texas or South Carolina, someplace Republican. And his wife was from Cuba, and she put some skeletons in the yard for Halloween. Skeletons shaped like ICE agents chasing Mexicans over the fence. And so the neighbors are all saying, "You're racist." And her husband's the sheriff. And so the sheriff says, "I didn't do anything. That's not me." So anyway, so now we have a whole thing about law and order and chasing Mexicans over a fence because his wife's Cuban.
It's Halloween.
I know. It's Halloween. Give me a break. It's supposed to be like that.
Have you guys put your Halloween decorations up yet?
Oh,
I just did. I just did it before the show.
I got one. I'm sure I'll find it as soon as I get home tonight. Flounder, we have another flounder.
So we start seeing a marriage counselor, and the woman's given us some very valuable tips. For instance, she said when you first wake up in the morning, the first thing you should say to each other is "I love you," and not "you again." Good to know. Good to know. I'm kidding, of course. My wife is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I say that because when I met my wife, I only had like 2 minutes of material.
Best thing ever happened to him.
She's really come through for me. So we've got 2 kids. We're very fortunate. Years ago, my wife and I, we were told we were unable to have children by our landlord.
That's funny.
He was completely mistaken. You have to be ready for anything when you have kids. One time my son was 4 years old. We came back from the drugstore at the mall. He pulls a candy bar out of his pocket. Now, I didn't buy him a candy bar. I knew he didn't pay for it. So we jump back in the car. We drive back to the mall. And this time, we went to a jewelry store.
With kids, you can get away with anything, all right. 5 o'clock, Timber, Pete, and Flounder. How's your hump day on 106.3? Look out, we got so much more standing by, baby.
Morning Extra, every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
It's tense on Capitol Hill. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News, on day 8 of a government shutdown with both sides still dug in.
You're a complete and total embarrassment. Yeah. You're embarrassing yourself in your district right now.
That's House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries as New York Republican Congressman Mike Lawler asks why Democrats won't support a possible 1-year extension of Obamacare tax credits. Lawler noting some House Republicans willing to back it.
How many votes does it take in the House? 218.
Are you mathematically challenged, bro?
No, I think you are. You have 215 Democrats. You could all sign on to this today.
Democrats have been demanding talks on the subsidies in order to pave the way for ending the shutdown. President Trump holding a roundtable event on what he calls an epidemic of left-wing violence.
It should be clear to all Americans that we have a very serious left-wing terror threat in our country.
He points to Antifa, recently designated as a domestic terror group.
And other far-left extremists have been carrying out a campaign of violence against ICE agents and other officials charged with enforcing federal law.
The Attorney General vowing to dismantle those groups. Some Democrat city and state leaders accuse the president of fueling protests and chaos with his policies. The president also telling reporters talks on a Gaza peace plan appear to be going well in Egypt, in that he may travel to the Middle East this weekend if there's enough progress. However, just getting reports of a possible snag over Hamas weapons. A 29-year-old man is now charged with setting the Palisades fire in California, the most destructive in LA history, earlier this year.
We will prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he intentionally started this fire and maliciously. That is what the statute that we charged him requires, and that is what we prove.
Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Saley says Jonathan Rinderknecht set a fire on New Year's Eve that burned underground after being suppressed by firefighters and later reignited into the Palisades inferno. America is listening to Fox News.
Cold weather will be here before you know it. And you know what I realized the other day? The power usually goes out when it gets really, really cold, especially in Texas for some reason. And Americans have no way to keep their families warm. Neck nuts? People freeze in today's world. Then I heard about the Vesta off-grid space heater from the great people at My Patriot Supply. Now, this is a space heater that doesn't use electricity. It runs on something called canned heat, which is an indoor-safe fuel. The Vesta, if it's stored in your closet, you know you can keep warm no matter what. And it doubles as a stove to boil water or cook food, which is pretty cool. Now, the best part is you can get a Vesta and a bunch of other free gifts when you order the Winter Prep Special from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn right now and see everything included. The offer's not going to last long, and neither will this nice fall weather. So go to mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn today. That's mypatriotsupply.com/Glenn.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank, ready on your dog target. Help, Roger. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kipper with Pete Davis and Flounder and you on 106.3. Happy Hump Day. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. What kind of I'm just watching some video on Fox 5. It's got Governor J.B. Fatsker from Illinois saying, "Come and get me, Trump. Come and get me." And he's holding out his hands. "Arrest me. Put handcuffs on me. I dare you. I dare you." You big fat fraud. I mean, it's unbelievable. Donald Trump is, I'm posting last night that both the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois should be put in jail for failing to support and protect federal agents coming to take care of the crime issue and protect federal property. What a freaking disgrace. Anyway, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And I still think, they couldn't do it because it would have looked bad. But after the way the Democrats for the last 8 years, really 10 years, have treated conservatives, there's no way that Jim Comey should not have been put in handcuffs and taken before the court. They should have perp walked him. They should have showed up at his freaking house at 5 o'clock in the morning and searched his stuff and taken away all his phones and video equipment and everything else and paperwork and searched the whole freaking place with SWAT teams and bulletproof vests and machine guns. I mean, honest to God, these freaking scumbags. And they got him dead to rights. There's no way he could be found innocent, and he'll never be convicted. The jury's going to be like basically Washington, D.C. people. So they're never going to convict him, but at least he'll be on trial and have to explain himself. I assume he'll testify. Maybe he won't even testify. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised he's such an egomaniac. He's always known as the smartest person in the room. He's by his own, bewilderment. Yeah. So he'll probably want to make sure he testifies to try to prove himself. But this ought to be. I hope they. It's gonna be. He'll go to court in January. I hope the judge allows cameras in there and live coverage. Boy, that would be astounding. I wouldn't miss a bit of it. I love watching court cases. I watched all the William Kennedy Smith case about the rape case on Martha's Vineyard when Teddy showed up in his underpants down in the kitchen one night. And oh, Lordy. Anyway, 506, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Hump Day. Holy crap, sports still coming up. A lot of good sport. In fact, a ball game, I think, is still going on right now. Pete, do we know?
There's two going on right now.
Both,
so I'll give you an update in just a few minutes.
Okay,
hold your horses.
I think we have, is it Detroit and...
Detroit is hosting Seattle
Mariners,
right now.
Seattle right now. And then later, I know the Yankees. And
right now, though, the Cubs are just getting underway in Chicago with Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. And again, isn't the Cubs down 0-2? I forgot where they stand.
Yeah. Cubs are down 0-2.
Okay. All right. So we got a lot of that'll be coming up in about 10 minutes or so. So you don't want to miss that. Kipper, Pete, seriously, I get it. I love the playoff time. And again, I don't care about any of the teams. Actually, I mean, I love good baseball and I love to watch. I love to see guys perform and have fun and good stuff. But I don't have a particular favorite of anything.
We have a very special moment coming up too.
Really?
Between Kirby Smart and Brian Snitker.
Oh no! Well, I'll look forward to that. Kirby Smart and Brian. Well, that's
thanks to our sister station. Yes.
At 680.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. In fact, it popped up on my phone. Outstanding. Well, that's all. Well, I'll look forward to that coming up in a few minutes. They caught the driver of the Palisades fire. The Uber driver's been arrested for the Palisades fire case in Los Angeles. You recall that just destroyed thousands and thousands of acres and thousands of homes and killed 12 people, destroyed Pacific Palisades, parts of Malibu, 7,000 buildings burned. People lost everything. He set one. The suspect is 29 years old. They caught him in Florida, and the day it was the midnight after New Year's Eve day that he destroyed and damaged by means of fire. It was called the Lockman fire. And what happened was the fire, they put it out, they thought it was suppressed, but it was burning underground, and then winds ignited it, and that became what is known as the Palisades fire, which was the big horrible one. This Uber driver had dropped off a couple of passengers that night, and they say he was kind of nuts. He was agitated, angry the night he started the fire. He grew up in France, was playing French rap music when he did his Uber rides, and the song was about fire scenes. He had a chat GPT that he used to create images of a dystopian painting of a city burning while hundreds of thousands of people tried to get out of a gate with a $sign on it. Just weird, freaky stuff. The felony, he's charged with destruction of property by fire. A felony requires a mandatory 5-year prison term. He could get up to 20. People died. How could he ever get out of prison if he's convicted? I know. Ever. I mean, seriously. Hell, well... Anyway, they sent that woman to, women for having sex with teenagers, for 25 years in prison for guys. How could this guy ever get out anyway? 509. By the way, the liberals media was all saying, Jim Comey is going to be perp walked. They're going to do all the things like the Democrats did. Of course, that didn't happen. He was taken, at his own accord, and everything's going to be fine. And he'll show up in January, and here we go again. It's just, at least they got a guy. At least they got a guy in court, and that should help. Donald Trump says both the mayor and the Illinois governor should be in jail for the way they're behaving with this kind of stuff. Kristi Noem is going nuts about Zach Bryan. And again, if you haven't heard this story, you mentioned it briefly yesterday, it kind of broke. Zach Bryan is a country singer, superstar, they're calling him. I guess he's a superstar. And he came out with a new song. And the new song is anti-ICE and basically anti-American. He captioned a snippet of it called The Fading of the Red, White, and Blue, which goes to show how he feels about America. America's fading, red, white, and blue. The guy in the song is not dead or in jail, but he has a group of degenerate friends. Some of the song words include, I heard the cops came cocky, mother blankers, ain't they? And ICE is going to come bust down your door. The middle finger's rising, and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news. The fading of the red, white, and blue. And Kristi Noem is raking him over the coals. And Zach Bryan, in his own defense, says, hey, wait a minute. I wrote this song months ago, and I love this country. I was in the Navy. People now are using social media as a weapon, proving how devastatingly divided we are. We need to find our way back. He says, I'm heartbroken at the political division. I serve this country, love this country. The song itself is about coming out of this divided space. Well, no, it's not. I mean, that's his justification. But still, if he want to talk about bringing people together, it wouldn't be about how, MFers of ICE of separating families. That's hardly trying to show we need to end our division. I mean, what kind of crap is that? He got caught. Everybody went nuts when they said, wait a minute, this country star's doing this? So now he's trying to pretend, oh, no, I served my country in the Navy, and that's where he met his wife. She was a sailor in the Navy aviation team, and they lasted a year and got divorced. Apparently was cheating on her while she was deployed, but that's what they said. I don't know. That's what the word was. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just, what the hell? They didn't last a year. So that's sort of a bad sign. Anyway, so Zach Bryan. And so, just, take what you got. Take your freaking medicine. And that's the way it goes. One more kind of wokeness thing here. Here we go again. Amazon Studios has taken over control and full creative control of the franchise of the James Bond movies. Now in control of Amazon Studios. And they have removed any trace of any gun in the promotional posters for the James Bond franchise. Instead of the one where he's always holding a gun to his chest, that little Beretta or the little MP.
The Walther PPK.
The Walther PPK. I used to have a Walther PPK. And it's a great little gun. And now the gun-free thumbnails for Dr. No, GoldenEye, A View to a Kill, and others were replaced with movie stills because of the reaction to social media that Amazon took away any possible sign of a gun in the James Bond posters. In case you had hope for Amazon being in charge of the franchise, they could have removed the shoulder holster strap from it as well. They made that much of an effort. Sean Connery looks ridiculous without the gun in the photo. They're ruining the Bond brand. And one guy says, I know the Broccoli family really well, and they're totally conservative, like Reagan conservatives, wonderful people. If we succumb to fads, especially one not based on science, it's a little frightening. Also, they're deciding who the next James Bond will be, but guess what? Helen Mirren says, I only know one thing. One thing, James Bond has to be a guy. We cannot be a woman, because they're thinking about it.
Well, no one will go see it.
Unbelievable. You'd think they'd learn. I mean, how many examples of things like this do you need? They're still there.
They don't care.
Cowards.
They've got billions of dollars, and they're going to jam their agenda down everybody's throat.
That's cowardice. All right, 5:13. Holy crap, it's sports coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's your hump day? It's only Wednesday, and everything's going to be fine. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. 404-741-1230 if you want to be part of this. It'd be great. Look out.
President Trump is restoring freedom, bringing justice back to America, and restoring power to the people. And the conservative voice of Atlanta has his back and will always bring you the national and local voices you need when it matters most. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Pete Davis here, and football is in full swing. An Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. And the best part, you can pick and play right now here in Georgia. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like TDs and rushing yards and interceptions and more. Get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you start with as little as $1. Thursday night has the Eagles visiting the Giants. I got Saquon Barkley going higher on his rushing yard stats, but Jackson Dart struggling and going lower on his passing yards projection. It's simple. It's fun. It keeps me locked into every play. Download the app today. Sign up with the promo code 1063 to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code 1063. Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Georgia. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We have become a highly sought-after turf installation company in the Atlanta and North Georgia luxury residential market. Big reason for that is our installers are ATL Turf Co. employees. We do not outsource labor. They are trained to be experts in the turf installation process, drainage, grading. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. We have exciting news. We are moving to a new location to serve you better. And as you can imagine, we would rather sell our inventory than move it. So drop by our Ackworth location and save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on all in-stock safes. Brands like Champion, Browning, Fort Knox, and many others. We also offer professional delivery and installation. And the really exciting part is our new location in Alpharetta will offer an even better selection to suit your safe needs. So go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
In case you haven't noticed from the flood of robocalls and junk mail, the Medicare annual enrollment period is here. You have from October 15th until December 7th to get on the right 2026 Medicare plan for you. Even if you're happy with your current plan, it is critical to review the 2026 options. You know, most Medicare plans change every year, and many go away entirely. Every year, millions of people end up stuck on plans that leave them overpaying for care or worse, unable to get the care they need. I highly recommend that you call my trusted Medicare partner, Chapter. They are the only advisors that look at every single plan nationwide to make sure you have the best plan for your specific situation. Hundreds of my listeners have already gotten help from Chapter. One couple, Tamara and Dean, they called Chapter after hearing me talk about them, and they're saving almost $3,000 every year now with their new plan. So if you're on Medicare or soon will be, reach out to the good people at Chapter. Call them today, dial pound 250 and say the keyword Chapter for free and honest advice. That's pound 250, keyword Chapter.
Inmate number 551-70054 began serving 5 months at Camp Cupcake, West Virginia. On this date, 2004, Martha Stewart went to prison, lying about insider trading. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Well, don't look now, football widows, but starting tonight, for the next 49 days, there will be at least one college or NFL football game until November 26th.
Sorry, ladies.
Tonight, you got Missouri State, Middle Tennessee, and Liberty visits Texas El Paso. This is the first time in the history of this show, maybe this radio station, maybe this cluster of stations, that Missouri State has been mentioned twice in 1 hour.
Well, there you are.
Today will be the last day of the year in which you have 4 Major League games played. Right now, you got Seattle, Detroit. The Mariners jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but Detroit has roared back for a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Whoa.
So we got that going. And right now, Milwaukee, which has a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, but the Cubs
is out to a 1-0 lead after the first half of the first inning.
Are they in Chicago now? I forgot.
They're in Chicago. They're in Wrigley now.
Wow.
Okay. And by the way, if Detroit wins, that will even that series at 2 apiece today. So we got that going for us. Newly retired Braves manager Brian Snitker appeared on 680 The Fan's Cellini and Domino show this morning. And lo and behold, Georgia head coach Kirby Smart called in. Their mutual admiration society on full display. 2 good men talking to each other about golf.
Hey, Snit, get that thing down to about a 3 or 4 handicap and come play with me, okay? I'll take you as my partner.
You got it. I'm going to the range as soon as I leave here, too, because I went yesterday, so that's part of mine, too. And I'll see you Saturday. I'm coming over to that game, so maybe I'll run into you before the game.
Good. Enjoy it.
All right.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, that's 2 great guys talking.
Outstanding. Good for
4 of them all together there. Now, that's good radio, by the way.
It is good radio.
The whole thing. The type you only get here at Dickey Broadcasting. In fact, this has inspired us here at the Kimmer Show. Tomorrow, we will interview the duo of Russ Nixon's Gardner and the ghost of Pepper Rogers.
Or they may be tied up with something, so it's possible that we.
Well, we don't have quite the pull that our sister station.
No, we get the.
Which, by the way, they're going to replay that entire interview with those 2 guys later on tonight.
Yeah, good. They should absolutely.
USA Today has their latest list of highest paid college coaches, and Kirby Smart is number 1. How much do you think Kirby's pulling out a year?
$1.7 million.
Higher. That would be a little
$2.1 million.
Higher.
$80 million a season.
$13.2 million a year.
Good for him. Yeah. Well, good.
Ryan Day of Ohio State, 12.5. Lincoln Riley, Southern Cal, 11.5. Clemson's Dabo, 11.4.
Wow.
Sarkisian at Texas, 10.8. DeBoer of Bama, 10.2. Brian Kelly, LSU, 10.1. Belichick at UNC, a disaster at $10 million a year.
Oh, wow.
And you got Lane Kiffin of Ole Miss at $9 million, as well as Heupel of the Volunteers, Drinkwitz of Mizzou, and Stoops of Kentucky, all getting around $9 million.
Do you think Belichick's going to last more
I think this is could be a one and done.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, we're going to talk about him in just a second.
Okay.
ESPN's FPI has UGA with a 61% chance of making the playoffs. Buckeyes number 1 odds at 90%.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about Miami? I mean, that may
Miami's
be the best team in the country. Yeah.
They're number 3 right now.
Yeah.
Number 3. So far, Belichick's short tenure as head coach at North Carolina, nothing but an unmitigated disaster not seen since Kamala's 107 days. And it's getting worse. WRAL-TV in Raleigh reports insiders claim the Tar Heel struggles can be put down to a divided locker room, a disorganized coaching staff, and a failure to communicate.
No.
What we have here is a failure to communicate. Who said that in what movie?
That was full grain. Eat those 50 eggs. Cold Hand Luke.
Cold Hand Luke.
And it
Who
was
said it?
Was the famous guy. I can't. I see his face. I don't know. I can't give you his name.
Strother Martin.
Strother Martin. Absolutely.
Great
Very
Strother Martin.
famous character actor. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was. Very good.
Yep.
Attention, all snitches. The College Sports Commission launching an NIL tip line today so you can report potential violations of new rules that govern how players are paid for the use of their name, image, and likeness. Don't worry, it's anonymous.
I wonder what the what are the rules?
Who knows? Nobody knows what the friggin' rules are anymore. The NCAA, and yes, it's still around, is removing the prohibition that college athletes cannot bet on pro sports. So from now on, they can bet on pro sports, not college sports.
Okay. Well, boy,
you can't stop them. Can't stop them.
Nope.
The NCAA officially moving transfer portal season in college football from December to January. The Division I Administrative People Select Committee for Planting and Potato Crop Production voted yesterday to adopt the dates of January 2nd through 16th as the new transfer portal window for all FBS and FCS players next year. College football players, including grad transfers, now must wait until the 2nd of January to officially enter their names into the transfer portal. But, of course, the lawyers are already starting to sue about that.
What is that a thing? I don't know why that should make a difference. I mean, sports-wise,
there's still coaches complaining, look, we're trying to win championships here, and you have to deal with all this transfer stuff going on. Yeah. Players at Arkansas, Oklahoma State, UCLA, and Virginia Tech grandfathered in because their coaches were all fired. So, they can leave.
Wow.
They can get up and leave. During the 2024-25 school year, how many players do you think entered the transfer portal?
16.
Higher.
29.
Higher.
84.
8,000.
Oh, good Lord.
4,900 FBS,
That's
more than 3,200 FCS entered their names in the transfer portal, a record-setting year.
Then why have a how can you have a team? How can you have a football team if guys are going to everybody's transferring?
You can't. You
every
cannot
year
develop
somebody's
a quarterback if you have 4 different quarterback coaches in 4 years. You can't do that. And by the way, it's back in the day when someone would transfer, they transfer from Clemson. That may be once or twice a game you'd hear something like that. Yeah. Now it's every player. So-and-so who transferred from Missouri State to Arkadelphia or whatever.
Every announcer says where the guy came from. And by the way, they used to have to sit out a year.
Yes, they did.
That changed everything. I never agreed to that. I thought that was a little severe. However, it stopped a lot of this from happening. If they had to wait a year to play, just on a practice squad for a whole season.
If they find out that this is hurting the development of the players and costing them money, that will change it. Otherwise, it ain't going to change.
I know. It's unwieldy. It's just ridiculous.
That's right. As long as they're waving money in front of these guys at age 18 to 19, what are they going to do?
Set for life,
yes.
Depending on what college football team they go play for to set their families up for life.
Well, set up until the uncles and the hangers-ons and the remoras all latch themselves to the shark's belly and steal all their money, which is what happens. Yeah. Stanford just got a big donation to be used only on their football team. How much do you think they just got for just the football team from one guy?
$80,000.
That'd be higher.
$109,000 for all uniform. $204,000.
$50 million American dollars
from one
a
guy
football player. So, for $50 million, you'd think they named the dang stadium after him, but no. They're giving this guy, his name's Freeman, a tunnel and a gate.
$50 million he gave just for the football team, and he gets a gate?
Have you been to Stanford Stadium?
Tunnel?
The Falcons practiced nearby there one year when they were playing the 49ers and the Raiders over Thanksgiving week, and I walked into it's a beautiful old stadium because I think they revamped it a little bit. They used to have the concrete benches all the way around, and you walk through a tunnel, and you come in and out in the middle of that stadium. It's pretty cool.
I did a live shot from that stadium one night when I was working for the NBC station TV in San Francisco, and I covered the live thing, and I was doing a live shot. There was a student bonfire, and they had the huge bonfire behind me down the hill. I was up kind of on a cliff overlooking it, nighttime shot, and some student came up and tried to get on the thing and started goofing around, stuff like that behind me. So I just turned around and I threw him down the cliff.
Oh, good for you.
Live on TV.
He probably rolled into the pyre.
It was pretty funny.
He was the Wicker Man that year. Stanford is 2-3, has finished 3-9 the last 4 4 seasons. Now, some tool named Bad Bunny, who may or may not be an America-hating transvestite, has been named the NFL as their Super Bowl halftime show entertainer.
Yeah.
Which makes you think, does Commissioner Roger Goodell, the man Barstool Sports calls Ginger Satan, also hate America by continuing to push his woke agenda? What the hell are they thinking?
Well, I thought he was out. I thought they said we're not going to do it. And by the way, somebody also complained that he was part of the show like 5 years ago.
Was he?
And nobody knew it. But at the time, but this is different. This is a different thing.
I never
now.
even heard of him till yesterday.
Yeah, me either.
All right. 65-year-old Hall of Fame legend Eric Dickerson, not a big fan of Bunny Boy, saying, I'm from the U.S. I love my country. And if you don't like the United States, just get your ass out of here and don't come over here. Now, Puerto Rico technically is part of the U.S.
He's Puerto Rican, well said.
But as a proud American boomer, this will be yet another halftime show. I'll be testing the plumbing facilities or enjoying a fine cigar on the porch.
Yeah.
Or maybe both at the same time. Who knows? There's nobody watching. ESPN analyst and donut enthusiast Rex Ryan rumored to be in line for the next Dolphins head coach once Miami moves on from the current guy. Rex led the Jets to 2 AFC title games. Mark Sanchez was his quarterback. But didn't do as well with Buffalo. But he's kind of a blowhard, so we'll see if he gets to move on to other jobs as well. It wouldn't be the Bengals with dumb decisions not around. Cincinnati will start newly acquired quarterback Joe Flacco, 40 years old, in Green Bay this weekend, sitting rookie Dylan Gabriel, which probably will not affect his career whatsoever.
Wow.
Or confidence.
Yeah.
Falcons running back Bijan Robinson staying busy. He's now in a rap video by Atlanta rapper Jib, along with Ciara and Earth Gang. Isn't Ciara married to Russell?
Yeah, I thought.
What's his face?
I think so, I think so. You're right.
Let's see. Can't wait to go to Peach Records, Oz or Turtles, and buy the latest Jib 8-track. I'm a big Jib fan.
Yeah, I guess.
And his friend Jib Jab.
I guess he's got plenty of time outside of practice to do some rapping stuff, which is good.
Well, they had a good week. They won last time they played.
Why,
Number 1 rated defense, my friend.
Well,
when was the last time you heard that?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Falcons will be in throwback red helmets and black jerseys for Monday night's game in the Benz against Buffalo. That is a very good look.
Yeah,
I
like those red helmets, yeah.
Today in sports history. Wait a minute here.
Sorry about that.
No. I was reaching for my red helmet.
I sent you an update on something.
That baby right here.
No, we're good.
It's nice to know that he's paying attention, though, isn't it, Kevin?
It is. It's a wonderful
He's
thing.
monitoring the situation.
Updates and everything right here. That's right. It's live radio, baby.
That's right. Today in sports history, October 8th, 1956, Don Larson pitched the only perfect game in World Series history, a 2-0 win over the Brooklyn Dodgers. The last pitch he threw was 14 feet outside the strike zone, but he got it called anyway.
Saw it. And by the way, in a few minutes, I have a longer story about some of the dialogue and how the team felt about him taking the mound that day.
Yeah, they didn't think about it.
It's coming up a little bit later.
1973, one of my favorite baseball cards I own. Rusty Staub homers twice as the Mets defeat the Reds 9-2 to take a 2-1 lead in the NLCS. The game included a scuffle between Pete Rose and Bud Harrelson, both hotheads, after Rose slid into Hart at second base, and they kind of went after each other a little bit.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Isn't that the Hawk Harrelson?
Yeah, no. Hawk Harrelson was Ken Harrelson of the Red Sox.
That's right.
Later, the A's and White Sox fame and all that.
Cool. And Legrand L'Orange, Rusty Staub, right?
Legrand L'Orange, a chef. 1908, in a makeup contest necessitated by Fred Merkel's base-running blunder on September 23rd, Three-Finger Brown, Mordecai Brown, outdueled Christy Matheson as the Cubs win the National League pennant by 1 game over the New York Gents.
Wow.
1915, Phillies take Game 1 of the World Series. Grover Cleveland Pete Alexander, old Pete, threw a complete game, beat the Red Sox at the Baker Bowl. Unfortunately for the Phillies, it will be 65 more years before they win another game in the World Series. 1980 and in 1957, club president Walter O'Malley made it official. The Dodgers are moving from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. The reason? Because people were leaving Brooklyn by the handful and moving to the suburbs of Long Island. Levitt towns.
And the Dodgers were to dodge the tracks of the trains and the trolley cars. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Tigers 8-3 now at the bottom of 7, so they're about to even that at 2 apiece. And the Cubs have tied up Milwaukee in the first 1-1.
Outstanding.
And the Cubs have to win or they're out.
Yeah, or they're gone, All right, Pete Davis, excellent, sir. 5:31, Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. More coming up. We got so much, and we got tweets, and we got Flounder's funnies, and oh, my goodness. And the latest, and Don Larson, a full story, and Jerry Lee Lewis, full story, too, coming up. Look out.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Hey, don't forget, if you're going out on your deck, some of those slats could be at the wrong angle these days. Building codes have changed. How about a free deck check inspection? Peach State Windows. They're known for the windows, of course, and their siding, but they'll give you a free deck check just to make sure you're all safe and sound in case, something's going on, or you maybe need some fixing. They'll take care of that, too. And I'm a Hardy Plank fan, and when I had Jeff and his lovely bride and worked with them 20-something years ago, that was my specialty. But again, they can, whatever your house needs, that's what they've got for you. They have suppliers of the best stuff all over the country, so they can take care of what you're looking for. PeachStateWindows.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for True Prep. The weather's cooler, but the deals are getting hotter at True Prep's fall clearance sale. Take advantage of markdowns across every department, from firearms to prepping products, and save up to 66%. Don't wait, these deals won't last. And once they're gone, they're gone. Go to TruePrep.com. That's TRUPrep.com and click the fall clearance sale banner at the top of the page to see all the items on sale. These deals are only good in store and while supplies last. So hurry into True Prep today.
Hey Atlanta Braves fans, this is Kelly Kroll asking you to step up to the plate for the men and women who have served our country and protected our freedom. The Warrior Alliance, an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation, is helping thousands of veterans to achieve success after military service. Either you or someone you know has served and deserves our support. The best way to say thank you for your service is by helping a veteran round the bases on their journey home. Donate today at thewarrioralliance.org.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Tug and Los are live every weekday morning from 6 to 10 a.m. on the Morning Extra.
We are like the only local conservative station in the entire Southeast. We're one of the only ones that actually gives you original programming. We are a target. This is how you beat these people. By bringing sunlight. It's the best disinfectant. You bring up what is actually going on.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Thinking about the times you drove in my car. Thinking that I might have drove you too far.
How's it going? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here at 106.3 with Cream. This was the day 1966. Cream drummer Ginger Baker collapsed during a gig at Sussex University in England. He had played a 20-minute drum solo and collapsed. They took him to the hospital and he recovered okay, but 20 minutes playing the drums and passed out. Kind of bizarre. Ginger Baker. Our birthday list includes a little sports time here, Pete Davis. Bill Elliott, famous race driver, car driver, 69 years old today. C.J. Ramone, a singer from the famous family group, the C.J.s. C.J. Ramone is 60. And Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee, 86 years old today.
Our boss Scott just informed me that guess who has the final decision basically on who does halftime shows for the NFL?
Who has final decision on halftime shows? Well, I would assume the NFL commissioner, wouldn't it?
No, not Ginger Satan. Jay-Z.
Why would Jay-Z have?
Because they signed a contract with him and his Rock Nation. Do you think you'll ever see a
Oh my
country or
God!
rock
Wait,
star again?
Whoa! Wait a minute. Jay-Z is in charge of the NFL's halftime show.
Oh, he gets to choose. He has a big influence, and he chooses basically the final performer. Yes.
And who gave him that position?
The NFL did, and Roger Goodell. Yeah.
Holy crap! Well,
bye-bye
That's
rock
why
and
we
roll.
keep getting this crap. And it is. It's crap.
Who are they trying to appeal to? I mean, it's just.
Not us. That's for damn
Good
sure.
Lord!
Not the majority of their fans.
Wow. I mean, it's football. Well, I don't know. All right, I have more than that Don Larson story here. In 1956, Don Larson of the New York Yankees throws the only perfect game in World Series history. He said, "I was so happy I felt like crying." Larson pitched for 3 teams in 4 seasons. He had a 3-21 record, lost 21 games with Baltimore in 1954. New York, he was 20-7 in 55 and 56. Didn't pitch well in Game 2 of the World Series in 56, though. They knocked him out early in the game. Larson did not know he was going to start Game 5 3 days later till he found a fresh baseball in one of his cleats in the locker room. That was Yankee manager Casey Stengel's way of telling a pitcher it was his day to pitch. But not all teammates were confident. I went up to third base coach Frankie Crosetti and I said, "Who's pitching today?" Yankees right fielder Hank Bauer recalled, writing in a documentary. He said, "Larson." I said, "Oh, God, Larson." 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 97 pitches. Larson retired all 27 batters. On a 1-2 pitch, he struck out Dale Mitchell to end the game, and catcher Yogi Berra raced toward him, jumped into his arms. The scene captured in an iconic image, and we all know that pitch was at least 12 inches outside.
He literally leaps
He had to race for it. He had to lean over to the right to get the damn thing. My God.
It's either the worst camera angle in history.
It wasn't even close. Larson's perfect game was the only postseason no-hitter until 2010 when Roy Halladay of the Phillies no-hit Cincinnati in the National League Division Series. Larson pitched 14 seasons in the big leagues. His career finished with 81-91 record. And Don Larson died at the age of 90 in 2020. So, anyway, good for him. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, let's see, 540. You know what? I want to tell one more history story here, if you don't mind, because I thought this was kind of cool. I came across this today we mentioned the other day we were talking about Jerry Lee Lewis. And it was on this day in 1957 when Jerry Lee Lewis laid down the definitive version of Great Balls of Fire. Jerry Lee Lewis was a Bible school dropout turned rockabilly piano banger. He lost a battle with his conscience and with the legendary Sam Phillips, the head of Sun Records. Lewis had a strict Christian background, struggled to reconcile his religious beliefs with the moral implications of his own music. He may have been the only one to have religious crisis caught on tape, and I'm going to tell you and read to you what the words were when he had a fight with his boss. He made his way to Sun Records trying to get a big break in the same Elvis studio. His first session was Crazy Arms. Then he did a whole lot of shaking going on, $1 Million Smash. His piano pounding style and presence on stage made him an instant star, but his upbringing in the Assemblies of God Church gave him doubts about rock and roll. The doubts would be on open display when he went to the studio on this day in 1957. Hours into the Great Balls of Fire session, Jerry Lee Lewis began arguing with Sam Phillips that the song was too sinful for him to record. The recording was going on. As the two talked loudly over each other, Phillips pleaded with Jerry Lee Lewis to believe his music could actually be a force for moral good. Phillips said, "You can save souls." Jerry Lee, "No, no, no, no." Phillips, "Yes." Jerry Lee Lewis, "How can the devil save souls? I got the devil in me." Jerry Lee Lewis somehow made peace with the conflict over the next hour, began making various unprintable statements on his way to saying with enthusiasm, "You ready to cut it? You ready to go?" and launched into his famous take that would become his second smash hit single. He struggled with his career over recovering in 1958 when he married his 13-year-old cousin. At the peak, Great Balls of Fire was a figure as magnetic as any other in rock and roll. His producer would later say, Little Richard was fun, Elvis was cool, but Jerry Lee Lewis was frightening. Jerry Lee Lewis died 3 years ago at the age of 87. And he struggled, and they had a big fight about it, and it's on tape. Wow. 542, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Let's see. I put a little Facebook thing, a video today. I've been using Johnson & Johnson baby powder since I can remember.
Yeah.
Haven't we all? I mean, I put it in my shorts, put it under my arms sometime, and I splash, whatever. And it turns out now that they've taken that off the market and replaced it with talc using cornstarch or something, which I now use. But here's one of the reasons why. A Los Angeles jury has ordered Johnson & Johnson Company to pay just under $1 billion to the family of a woman who died from mesothelioma, finding Johnson & Johnson liable that its product causes cancer. She died at age 88, and her family sued, saying she used all this, stuff. It has asbestos in it. Caused her to die at the age of 88. The jury ordered J&J to pay $16 million for compensatory damages and $950 million in punitive, which the Supreme Court has said would be too much. They have to say it should be 9 times compensatory for the basic plan. The verdict, they say they're going to appeal it, saying with da-da-da-da-da. They say our company's products are safe. We don't have asbestos in there. They switched. They went to talc-based baby powder. They stopped 5 years ago. And there are 67,000 plaintiffs are suing, being diagnosed with cancer using baby powder and talc products. And J&J tried to resolve through bankruptcy, and the court said, no, you can't declare bankruptcy and get out of it that way. But again, I've been using that stuff since I was a kid. We grew up on it. Johnson & Johnson, my God, man. Didn't they do the baby shampoo? Wasn't that also Johnson & Johnson? That changed the world. Families had, shampoo night when you're trying to give shampoo to a 5-year-old, and he's getting it in his eyes, and he's struggling and kicking and fighting every shampoo night, man. And when that baby shampoo, everybody I know was watching TV. Mom, you got to get this new shampoo. No more tears, no more tears. It changed the world, changed families in America. It really, really did.
What did they take out of the burning lye?
The acid, the lye, yeah. Whatever it is, it worked. And I remember in the commercials, oh, Mom, look at the look. I mean, everybody went to the store and you couldn't find baby show, no more tears. What a great idea.
No-brainer. How long did it take them to figure that one out?
And by the way, now the other shampoos still have the stinging stuff in them. You still can't get it in your eye. You'll go nuts. So I don't know why they all don't. I mean, it must be expensive. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me anyway. It's 5:45 already. Holy cow. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. And a Rush Limbaugh announcement on this day 24 years ago. We'll play for you coming back shortly with Kevin, Pete, and Flounder on Hump Day 106.3, the extra farm of Atlanta.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the XTRA 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have XTRA's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new XTRA 106.3 app now and start streaming.
It either is or it isn't. When it comes down to it, that's all that really matters when choosing a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. It's either backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 7 years, or it isn't. It's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. Welcome to RBM of Atlanta's Fall Sales Event, now through October 31st. Come in today and take advantage of finance rates as low as 2.99% APR special financing on select models. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details and see how to qualify. We'd love to welcome you to the RBM of Atlanta family. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through October 31st, 2025. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. It's time to turn your work into fun with Exmark mowers this fall from Howard Brothers. Exmarks are built for speed, precision, and durability, making every cut cleaner, every job faster, and have fun doing it. Whether you're mowing lawns or cleaning up leaves, homeowner or pro, Exmark helps you stay ahead of the work, giving you more time to enjoy the cooler season. So gear up and save time with the mowers the pros trust. Find your Exmark at Howard Brothers today. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates and 60 months, 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Another trip to the vet, another diagnosis, another expensive treatment that may or may not even work. You're back in the treatment room. Your dog is shaking with anxiety, and you're shaking because you don't know how much this visit is going to cost. Skin allergies, joint pain, digestive upset, ear infections. It's always something, it seems. And every time you walk out with a bag full of medications hoping this will finally be the answer. Well, here's the truth. Most canine health problems share one common root cause, a weakened immune system, often from years of eating dead, processed food. That's why naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black created Rough Greens. It breaks the vet cycle with the live nutrients your dog needs to thrive. There's a reason it's known as America's #1 dog supplement. Thousands of pet parents are getting off the vet visit merry-go-round and are seeing the difference. I know I have with my dog. Right now, try it for yourself with a free Jumpstart trial bag. Just cover the shipping. The best doctor visit is the one you never have to make. So go to roughgreens.com, use the promo code BECK, break the cycle today.
Roy Orbison. I'm sorry you got the title wrong, Roy. It's Oh Pretty Woman. By the way, that's for sure. The actual title is Oh Pretty Woman. 1964, Roy Orbison, #1 in Britain with Oh Pretty Woman. Third #1 in Britain. Title inspired by his wife, Claudette, interrupting a conversation to announce she's going shopping. She's going out. And you know the story. When Roy Orbison asked if she was okay for cash, his co-writer Bill Dees was nearby and said, "A pretty woman never needs any money." Well, that's a problem with him. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 5:50 already. Holy smokes. Birthdays include Bruno Mars, Grenade, Mary Youth. Bruno Mars, the singer's 40. Matt Damon is Jason Bourne, 55. Also, he's a funny little actor. He did that stupid Teddy movie or something about I don't know, he joined with somebody or something. I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah, Matt Damon, didn't he do something?
Are you thinking about Mark Wahlberg, or are you thinking about when he's...
Yeah.
With the other guy, Siamese twins.
Yeah, Matt Damon, anyway, 55. And he is a great Jason Bourne, no question about it. Nick Cannon, host of The Masked Singer. One of the only men on the planet, it says here, has been intimate with both Kim Kardashian and Mariah Carey. Nick Cannon, 45.
He's got like 10 kids with 5 or 6 different mothers.
You know,
the fertile turtle.
He was Kara's favorite TV personality. She used to love the Nick Cannon show. Our late friend Kara, was a big fan of his. Sarah Purcell used to do the Real People shows. Sarah Purcell, 77. Anyway, today.
Every once in a while, Facebook puts up that photo of all of us. Shannon, Kara, you, me, and Flounder at the medieval times.
I remember that.
You guys were all drunk as hell.
Yeah, that was
yelling at the knights.
Medieval town with the knights on their horse. Oh man,
that was pretty cool
fun,
because they took us back and showed us all the horses and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was great fun.
The photo's great because all of you guys are just blasted.
Yeah, we're hammered. Let's see. On this day in history, Corporal Alvin York kills 20 Germans and captures 132 at the Argonne Forest near the Meuse River in France. Earned him the Medal of Honor. He had a religious conversion, became a fundamentalist Christian in 1915. Later, he got drafted in the Army, into the infantry. He said he was a conscientious objector. They said, forget it, you're not getting out of it. You've seen the movie. He eventually decided he would serve, and then during the offensive, his battalion was given the task of seizing held positions by the Germans. 17 of his guys were fired upon by a machine gun nest on a hill. They cut down 9 of his men, including his superior officer, so all of a sudden, Alvin York is in charge. He said, those machine guns were spitting fire and cutting down the undergrowth all around me, something awful. I didn't have time to dodge behind a tree or even dive into the brush. I didn't even have time to kneel or lie down. As soon as the machine guns opened fire on me, I began to exchange shots with them in order to sight me or to swing their machine guns on me. The Germans had to show their heads above the trench, and every time I saw a head, I just touched it off. All the time I kept yelling at them, come down, come down. I didn't want to kill any more than I had to, but it was they or I, and I was giving them the best I had. Eventually, the German leader underestimated the size of the enemy squadron, so he said, oh my God, we're surrounded, and he gave up 90 men, and then Alvin York, on the way back to the camp, took another bunch of them prisoner, 132 total. Promoted to the rank of sergeant. Right before the armistice, he remained on the front lines, rewarded the Medal of Honor, and called the greatest civilian soldier of all time in World War I. He later founded a school in Tennessee for underprivileged children. And, of course, Gary Cooper played him as Sergeant York in the movie. American Sacrifice
Great
and
movie.
Courage. Unbelievable movie.
Great. Walter Brennan in that movie is his father, or his preacher. His preacher.
Yeah, the preacher. And then, of course, he had the store and his old ma with a little bonnet and everything. Oh, man, what a classic movie there. Flounder, I'm sorry, were you trying to get me? Or,
yeah, we got Ghost Hunter Joel on the horn. He wanted to share a quick medieval times story.
Excellent. Ghost Hunter Joel, what's up, man? Tell us the story.
Hey, how y'all doing? This happened probably 15, 18 years ago, but some friends of my mother and I took her to Medieval Times for her birthday.
Uh-huh.
And you walk in there, and it was down at Discover Mills, and I walk in there, and the king, you get your picture taken with the king, and the guy just hollers out my name. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Turns out I knew him from my childhood back in Virginia. I happened to have beaten the snot out of him one time, but he remembered me.
Oh my God, are you serious? Oh man, what a story!
and I did not recognize him at all.
And you beat him up as a little boy when you
beat the king.
Yeah.
Off with his head.
I beat the king. Oh my God, outstanding! Do they still even? I have not seen an ad for that. I wonder if they've stopped doing that. I don't know. Anyway, that cool. Go Surge. Thanks, man. That was a fun time, too. We had fun. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. 5:55. A couple of quick newsy break things coming up here. We're going to play a little something for you to remind what happened 24 years ago today. A tense confrontation between House Speaker and the Senate Democrats caught on a shutdown. Mike Johnson got in a confrontation with senators outside the Capitol today. Some Democrats were talking about swearing in the new people under the administration. Speaker Johnson was walking by and said, reopen the government so we can get back to work. And they started yelling at him. They said, this excuse just keeps on moving. We're happy she's got elected. She's filling her father's seat. We have a long tradition here. And Johnson said, as soon as we get back to work, we need the lights turned on. They shot back. You're the one keeping us out of session. You just don't want to vote on the Epstein discharge petition. He said, that's absurd. You're experts at red herrings and distractions. Got nothing to do with Epstein. We're working on it right now. Gallo said, that's an excuse. More back and forth. A publicity stunt. Why are you blocking this? I'm not blocking anybody. I just told, on and on and on. That was one story. And now there's another one. Hold on, but just right below it. Here we go. Hakeem Jeffries today at the Capitol, got into a screaming match with Mike Lawler from New York, a Republican, outside the news conference over enhanced Obamacare stuff. The Republican taunted Jeffries on endorsing a Democratic socialist guy in Mayor Mamdani, and Jeffries refused to answer. He says, I'm not going to talk to you. Don't even answer yourself. And then a heated exchange calling on bipartisan stuff that we got a 1-year extension, just sign it. He says, you get permission from your boss. Donald Trump gave him permission. He said, no, my butt, oh my God. I mean, it's like little boys. You know, the children are still running the freaking hen house. Holy smokes. 57. Do we have time? We probably don't have time to play the Rush Limbaugh thing. He announced, it was on this day. Well, we'll do a Flounders Funny instead. Rush Limbaugh announced on this day that he was deaf. In 2001, went on the show and said he's actually totally deaf. He said if he didn't have these cochlear implant things, he would not literally hear any sound. And they put in 8 little magnetic things to take the place of about 50,000 little tendrils that are normally in parts of our ear. That was 24 years ago today. Flounders Funny, one more before we shoot on out of here, if you don't mind me saying. One more, maybe.
A lot of fast food. I eat Chipotle a lot. That's like my go-to. Thank you. Chipotle. I live here in New York. Now, when you go to fast food restaurants in New York City, they have like a secret code on the bathroom door. Because like they don't want, if you don't have a secret code in New York, people will move into your bathroom. They're like, this is our apartment now. But I don't know if you know this, when you go to the middle of the country, people don't want to live in the Chipotle bathroom. So there's no code on the bathroom door, which is confusing to us New Yorkers. Like I was in like rural Illinois recently, and I went to a Chipotle, and I walked up to the counter, and I was like, hey, what is the bathroom code? And the guy had no idea what I was talking about. He was like, number 1, urine, number 2, is that the code you're asking me for? I was like, no, I know that code, of course. That's the most popular bathroom code, of course. Number 1, pee. Number 2, poo. We all know that.
And who's that guy there, Flounder?
That is Mr. Joe List.
Outstanding. Joe List. And by the way, one quick story I mentioned earlier, and just to repeat a little bit, this story that happened in the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office near Destin, Florida. A guy called frantically in the middle of the night. His 86-year-old wife hadn't returned from a walk with their kid's dog. The kid's dog was Eeyore, and it was dead of night, and the sheriff's deputy showed up and found the dog, and the dog started leading the deputy into the darkened neighborhood. And sure enough, the deputy found the 86-year-old woman on the sidewalk, hurt but conscious, and they took her to the hospital. And the cops kept saying, "Where's your mama? Where's your mama?" And the dog showed the police officer where mama was. And mama says, "It's not even my dog. That was my son's dog." What a great doggy story that ended up. Anyway, Repeat Flounder. Tomorrow, boys, all over again. Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Herp. Look out.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting station.